All right, I guess it's working now. Hello, anyone there? Gonna have to give it a minute for people to show up if they do decide to show up because I know I'm like 30 minutes late today. Hello, everyone. I am so sorry that I'm late today. I can explain though. What had happened was, do you guys know this YouTuber named D'Angelo Wallace? He made a video about Shane Dawson, and it's like over an hour long. And I was watching it, and next thing you know, it's like 1:15, and I was like, oh my god! And I'm so sorry. I'm so. Because the thing is, I've always heard about this Shane Dawson guy. I've never watched his videos, but I didn't realize how bad he was until I saw that D'Angelo Wallace video. And I'm sorry, I'm late. I'm so sorry. And then I was trying to go live for like 4 minutes, just watching the going live circle. So I'm so sorry. So how are you guys? We made it to another Friday. Still alive, but we're barely breathing. I cannot believe how late I am today. Time just got away from me. See, Levi Jenkins, yeah, I was just watching his video about Shane Dawson, and it's like an hour and 13 minutes. And next thing you know, it was past 1 o'clock, and I was like, oh shit. So I'm sorry. So I believe I was able to successfully add Jesus Christ as a moderator. I'm not sure if she's going to join us today because I tried to message her earlier to tell her that I added her, but just so you guys know. All right, so let's start to talking. I think to make up for my horrible time management, I'll try to let today's stream run a little bit later. But after I do this stream, then I'm going to start filming the video. Even though we didn't make it to the full 2,000 likes, I'm still going to do the clubbing in Korea versus clubbing in Japan video. So, yeah. All right, so let's start to talk. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. Okay. See people say how bored they are. Oh, she stopped studying to watch this. Thank you. Studying Korean. Hopefully I can help you learn some sort of Korean so it's not a total loss. But yeah, okay, here we go. Antoinette. Hey girl, for the TAL program, did you already graduate before applying or were you still in school? I was still in school. This was in the fall of 2016. And like I said, I just randomly found this one video about my talk life in Korea. And I was like, what's that? And in the video, he was saying it's pretty much like Epic, except they accept currently enrolled college students. You have to have, I think, half of your bachelor's done. Something like you can't just be like 1 year in as a freshman, like, hey, I want to be a teacher. I'm pretty sure you have to have at least half of your bachelor's program done, and then you can apply. So I was in my third-ish year when I applied. Irrelevant underscore person, I did have a question in your Korean name. How did you choose it? Well, for those who don't know, my Korean name is Bodum, which literally just means full moon. And I am a child of the night. So I like the moon. And like I mentioned before, my kids used to think that when I introduced them as, oh, I'm Bodum teacher, they thought because my face is round, like I have a round face, they thought that was why. And that's kind of an insult though, because in Korea, they like the small V face. So I was like, y'all think y'all slick. They tell me, oh, your face is round. Is that what it is? Is that why you're Bodum teacher? Levi Jenkins, Korean word of the day. Oh, that's tough. I don't know. It's just one. Does it have to be relevant to the day or okay, how about this? After watching D'Angelo Wallace's video about Shane Dawson, the video or my opinions of him is shirohada, which means to hate or not like. I don't like Shane Dawson after that. I never watched his videos. I never knew he was that bad though. But shirohada or shirohe for like informal, shirohada means you don't like something. Shiro. You probably hear that a lot in K-pop songs, like shiro. Alrighty. Aqua Gamer, hi from India. Oh my, it's just so weird that people tune in from across the globe. Like when I started this channel, I expected most people to be from America. And I think about half of my viewers are from the States, but then the other half is like many other countries. It's so crazy. Irrelevant underscore person, I'm Shim Shim He. That means she's bored. I'm sorry, I'll try to not bore you. um, okay, Army by Heart. Okay, what is the place? Wait, what is place is safer, Daegu or Busan? Because I'm low-key terrified of North Korea. Oh, safer? Honestly, look, it's funny because when I first went to Korea too, my family was like, but what about the North? Like they're always primed to attack and they keep making these threats. North Korea has been bluffing for decades. Like they want to scare people, but nobody takes them seriously. Like even in South Korea, they have like, their little emergency stations just in case. They have their drills just in case. But once Korean people start to freak out, like if you see news publications from Korean artists and journalists and people, that's when I would worry. Western media and foreign media tends to overhype the situation. Like not once when I was in South Korea did I worry about the North seriously. Like they always say, we're going to make it rain, hail and hell and fury and Seoul. Do not worry about them. I think they know if they actually dropped a bomb on someone or killed one person, it would be open season. It'd be game over. They already don't have like many allies other than China, and people are pissed at China right now anyway. It would just be, do not worry about North Korea. I'm not trying to give you a false sense of security, but I would not worry about North Korea in the slightest. Oh, righty. Pas V Maria, hello from Greece. Is there a Korean word that you have trouble pronouncing? Oh my God. There any word in Korean that has like the Leah sign with the yaw? I can't say it. That's why, for example, in Suga's or Gus D's Detri Ta song, he says ja ulola, and it's like lyo lia. I can't combine the Leah sound with yaw and ya together. Any word that has that, I can't do it. I had a student named Sulyo, and I just called her Sula, and she was okay with that. So I can't, my mouth can't make those sounds together. I sound like I'm having a stroke or something. I'm like, oh, best place to play. Oh, okay, Esther, best place to stay in Busan. Well, I only went to Busan once, unfortunately. We had this really cute Airbnb like in the heart of downtown. Like we weren't far from Haeundae Beach. We were maybe like a 15-minute train ride or bus ride from Haeundae Beach. That area is really nice. It's like fancy. You see all the like hotels and resorts. Oh man, the area near Haeundae is really, really pretty. Plus, being able to just walk to a really pretty beach, I would stay near Haeundae. Oh, see, she gets it. Okay. Irrelevant underscore person. Oriopta. That means difficult, right? So yeah, the Leo with the yaw or Oreo. Oh, God, I cannot make that sound. Oriopta. Oriopta. There we go. It's the Leah letter. I can't remember what it's called, but it looks like a number 2 sort of. And then the yaw or ya. That's really hard for me to make that sound. I'm so sorry. Moses Macon, thank you. McCone, do you have a question though, so I can make it worth your while? Oh my God. Okay. Eve 397. Have you heard of 1 Million Dance Studio? Yes, I went one time, and it's funny because I wanted to vlog it, but they were a little iffy about letting us record stuff. So, and plus, it was an absolutely packed class. So I didn't want to be like dancing and trying to record people, and there was no way for me to like set it up off to the side. So next time I plan to go to 1 Million Studio, I need to make sure that it's a not so crowded class so I can actually film it. But yeah, on my Instagram, I actually got a picture with we were learning sexy back. I'm bringing sexy back. Oh my gosh, it was so packed, and it was hard because me and my friend got there late. I went with Bria. She's a really good hip hop dancer and stuff. And we had to wait until after she got off of work, and it was kind of late. So we ended up being in the back because it's first come, first serve. So we got there, we were in the back of the classroom, and I couldn't barely see them, and all the instructions are in Korean, so it's a little hard. But yeah, I went to a 1 Million dance class, and I want to go many more times. Heidi Panito, how much per class? I want to say I paid like, it was somewhere between 35,000 won or 50. It wasn't that much, but I know I wouldn't have paid a lot to go because I'm broke. So it wasn't that much money. But yeah, I think it was like 35,000 won or something like that. 35 or 50. Those numbers are popping up in my head, but it was great. Like, they were so nice and friendly. Even I could not keep up because it was in Korean and I got there late. And we happened to go on the film day. Like, there's some classes where they do the whole thing in one day. Some day they just practice the first part and then they practice the second part and then they film. We went on the practice the second part and film. So we missed the whole first part and we had to try to learn that real quick. And so that was kind of hard. But yeah, people are like, "What?" Like, they hype you up and they're very, very nice. It was really fun. Gene Jinti, is weed legal in Asia? In North Korea, oddly enough, I believe weed is legal. In South Korea, it is very much illegal. I think recently they made it okay for medicinal purposes, but no, weed is a serious thing. Y'all remember how much trouble Top got in and GD for smoking weed? So don't risk it. It's a no-no in South Korea. I'm not sure about other Asian countries though. I'm pretty sure there isn't any Asian country where it's legalized recreationally. Don't quote me, but I haven't heard of one that is. Tickety talk. Would you come to South Africa, Korea? Absolutely. I have been wanting to go for a very long time. I remember even one thing I like to do before I travel, because I'm a nerd, I like to go on Google Maps and like use the little avatar person to like drive around and pretend I'm actually traveling and seeing this place in person. Because when I actually get to go in person, it's like, oh, I saw this before. But I've been doing that in South Africa since like 2010. And, Trevor Noah, like, I gotta go to South Africa. I've been wanting to go for like 10 years now. Cape Town, Johannesburg. And I met a few South African teachers in Korea, and they speak very highly of it. There's some areas you gotta be careful, which is the same with any place. But yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Gwendolyn Purdue, is it hard to live in Korea where did the question go? When you're a foreigner? It's difficult. It's more difficult, obviously for anybody, if you go to a country and you don't speak their native language, you're going to have some like setbacks, but it's really not as difficult as I thought it would be. Like, I was 23 when I first went. So I'm like, I've never lived on my own. Like, I lived with my parents and then I dormed out of state, and that was my only experience away from my family. So I'm like, here I am about to fly to another country by myself where I don't really speak the language. What am I doing? But it's really not that bad. There's a lot of foreigners there because of the military, other English teachers, people who want to pursue like modeling and acting and stuff. They as long as they learn Korean, you can be a pretty good actor. I met 2 foreign actors in Korea. So it's possible. You just got to be better at Korean. But yeah, so people are really friendly. It's like a safe place to go where you don't have to worry about somebody being like, yeah, it's right down that alley. And you're like, this alley? And then you get jumped. Like, that just doesn't happen. It's a very safe, helpful place. I mean, people are a little standoffish because if they're insecure with their English ability, they're like, please don't talk to me. And that's usually how it goes. But it's really not that hard. It wasn't that bad. Like, I was expecting it to be way worse. Most stuff is in English and Korean. There's a lot of apps that are, translated for you. If you go as a teacher, your school is very supportive with your housing, with if you need help at the grocery store, if you need to even like set up your bank accounts and stuff. If you need a translator, you can call your teacher and they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah. And they explain things for you. So it's really, it's a great place. Kay Janae plays, do you have a skincare routine? If you do, I would love to know it because your skin looks so clear. Plain Gil, I'm actually really glad you asked because tomorrow I am going to drop the video about the 10 steps in Korean skincare beauty that I've been doing for 3 weeks now. There's 2 different cleansers. There's 2 different toners I use. There's this dead skin cell peel thing I've been using. There's an ampoule, a serum, a sleeping mask, exfoliators, and the moisturizer. So that will be out tomorrow in the early afternoon-ish. Actually, that's another thing I gotta do after this. I gotta finish editing. So yeah, glad to see the progress is here. Oh wait, when I start to read a question and then it just jumps away. Hold on, scrolling. Army by heart. Do guys in South Korea approach foreign girls often or not? In my experience, no, except for clubbing, because I really don't know where it came from, but Korean guys have this mindset that a foreigner means easy sex. So in the club, they'll be like, hey, Netflix and chill, or their version of it is ramen. Like, do you want to come back to my place and eat some ramen? That's Korea's version of Netflix and chill. So that will happen to you pretty often, but like at the cafe or just walking down the street or shopping, probably not, because I've been told this many times from Korean guys who I'm grateful we're honest. They see foreigners as more fun and they see Korean girls as wife, which natural, not right, but natural. So it's only happened to me like once where it wasn't in an overtly, let's go eat some ramen at my place type of way. And he wasn't like trying to pick me up. He just wanted to compliment me. He's like, you're very beautiful. And we started talking. He wanted to practice his English probably. And that was it. Other than outside of the club, it has never happened to me. Eat some ramen. Yeah, it's eat ramen. Madeline Turvey, what's your favorite city in Korea and America? That's tough. Favorite Korean city? It's aesthetically, I like Busan a lot. That's hard though. I think I like Incheon a lot. I like being in Incheon. I'll say Incheon. And American city, I feel like it'd be very cliche if I'm like, oh, New York's amazing, but it's true. I really like New York. I love Miami Beach. I went twice for spring break. It's beautiful. And LA is okay. It's just, I really miss rain. I have not seen rain in like 3.5 weeks. And even when it did rain, it was a little sprinkle. Like, I love rain. I love cloudy days. I like it over here, but I miss rain. So I can't say that like LA is one of my favorite cities. I think I'd say New York. Oh, it's a tie between New York and Miami, I think. Tie between those two. But one thing I'm excited about, I've been talking on Instagram with these two cosplayers. Like, I want to get in the cosplay. I want to try it out. I've never done it. I've always wanted to do Comic-Con and like dress up as my favorite anime characters. And they do this, but they've been talking about doing like weekend road trips and stuff. So I think I'm going to tag along with them because there's a lot on the West Coast I want to see. I want to see Big Sur. I want to see Grand Canyon, Hoover Dam, Joshua's Tree, Yosemite. There's so much beautiful nature out here in the redwoods. So I'm hoping to see more. I know that's not related to the question, but I'm excited about it. Love road trips. Victoria C, is travel to Korea expensive? It's funny. Like, it amazes me how much prices fluctuate on plane tickets. Like, if it's in the winter, it's way cheaper than if it's in the summer. If I wanted to buy a one-way ticket to Korea, for example, last summer when I went in like September, it cost me like $850. And when I went in January, it cost me like $530 for the one-way ticket. And it depends on the day you book. It depends on the day of the week you leave. If you leave on like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, it's usually cheaper, like way cheaper than a Friday or a Saturday. It's crazy. But apparently the best day to look for flights is on Tuesdays because all the algorithms and everything, they say that's when airlines offer their new promotions and discounts and stuff. But I think in this pandemic society we live in, flights are probably hella cheap right now because travel is not encouraged. But yeah, it depends on when you go. Sorry. YV Scarlet Maciel, how is the jet lag when you go to Korea? You know what's funny? When like the first time I went, I had a 13-hour layover in China. So I slept for like, I got a hotel. I only slept for like 2 hours just because I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be in Korea tomorrow. Like, I was so excited. And I tried to watch Dokkaebi on my computer, but I kept falling asleep on it. But the flight from Shanghai to Busan was only like an hour and 10 minutes or something. And we landed and I just had this high of being on Korean soil. So it did not hit me for a while. Like we took the talk program sent a shuttle from Busan airport that took us to Yonsei University, or not Yonsei, Daegu Dehani University in Daegu. And that was maybe like an hour and a half ride, an hour ride. And the whole time I'm just like looking, I was just like, I felt like a dog, like in the car. I was just like, Korea. It was crazy. So it didn't hit me until later that night. And then I met my roommate. She fell asleep. And I'm just like, yo, I'm in Korea. I'm trying to update on my family. And then I just knocked out. I didn't even know when it happened. it was maybe like, I think I landed and I got to the our university training area or whatever at maybe like noon, or maybe it was like 1:30, and I knocked out at like 5 p.m. I woke up at like 8 a.m. the next day because I remember waking up at like 5 in the morning. It was pitch black, and I was like, let me just go back to sleep. I don't even remember falling asleep, but the jet lag, it didn't hit me because I was so excited about being there. I was just like, oh my God, I'm finally here. This is happening. So if you're as excited as I was, it probably won't hit you. Oh my God, I love that name. Arya sticking with the pointy end snow. I love that name. Game of Thrones, man. It ended so horribly though. Whew. Little Miss Maria, hi Cece. Can you do a video giving your opinion on what clubs are good to visit and turn up spots and just everything about clubbing? I feel like I've done something like that back in the day. I think I did back in like 2018 when I first started, but I mean, I could maybe try to do like an updated version. But yeah, I think I did. Are you still at Brooke Barksdale? Are you still in California? I am. I am currently here. I'm not sure how much longer I will be, but yes, my bangs are not cooperating. I'm still here. Ty Cameron? Hey, Cece, have you ever visited Yeosu during your Korean travels? I heard it's beautiful. No, I haven't been. There's a ton of places that I really want to travel to. It's hard to do things with like your work schedule sometimes and other people's work schedule. I don't like to travel alone. Like a lot of people, they thrive on solo travel. I'm not that person. If I'm by myself and I see other people with their friends and family having fun, it makes me feel more alone. So there's a ton of places I wanted to go, but if I didn't have a friend to go with me, I wouldn't. But yeah, so no, I've never been to Yeosu. There's a long list of beautiful places and festivals that I've been meaning to go to. Like Daegu has this lantern festival, but because it's far from Seoul, nobody wanted to go. Daisy, do you think you'll end up living in Korea permanently? Nah. Like, Korea is really fun for me for traveling and the whole K-pop fun that you get out of it, but I really don't see myself settling down, raising a kid or two in South Korea. Things could happen. It's very possible, but at this current moment, that's not in the cards for me. I miss it a lot. Like it's July and I'm thinking about trying to go back in like September or October, depending on if we're allowed to go and the quarantine stuff. But I don't really see myself permanently gone. Like even when I went last September and I was only supposed to stay a month, but my friend Bria was like, you might as well just stay. So I stayed until Thanksgiving. By the time Thanksgiving rolled around, I was very much ready to go back home and be with my family and get out of Korea. So I don't know. I don't see myself living there as of now though. Kiki Ava, do Korean shops play K-pop? Yes, they do. All the time. It's always like the cool, easy jazz, like the IUs and even in the little cafes and stuff. They play a lot of Korean music. Like I guess it gives you the more shopping, spending your money type of mood. But yeah, all the time. They definitely play a ton of K-pop music. Like even when I remember going to the cafe and I would just like record a little bit and then post on Instagram, who can name this song? And see if people know the K-pop that's playing. Madeline Turvey, what do you think are best Korean cities to teach English in? It's going to sound really cliche, but absolutely Seoul, just because there's a lot of other foreigners around you who might have been in Korea for like 4 years now, and they can help you a lot. And you're around a lot of the people who learn English in Korea flock to Seoul for the job opportunities and everything. So if you go there as a foreigner and you don't really speak Korean the best, Seoul is like the obvious choice. Everyone there they gather there. So you're more likely to meet someone who is really good at English. Aqua Gamer, most popular K-pop celebrity in Korea. That's a tough one. I mean, everyone has, I can speak for what my students used to love a lot. They love them some Kang Daniel. He's consistently a very popular singer. Teacher Kang Daniel. Everyone loves UJ Sok because he's MC on every show, like ever. As far as female idols go, I know people love IU. She's like they're just generally well received by the masses. I'd have to guess Kang Daniel, UJ Suk, and IU are probably very, very, very popular in Korea among Koreans. Sliperlick. How's the weather in April? I plan on teaching in Gwangju starting April 2021. April is great. It's definitely starting to get warm. The only thing I will warn you about is the yellow dust, the pollution it's worse in spring. So that is like April and May are usually the worst for the air quality. It's also bad in the summer, but like winter, you get the crisp, more pollution-free type of air. I'm not sure how that works or why it is what it is, but if you have bad allergies like me too, then April and May aren't like so ideal. But honestly, that's when I started to just wear my mask because of the pollution and the pollen. But April is really nice. It's not like, you know how in America, I don't know if you're American, but you know in America is April showers bring May flowers. Well, it doesn't. The rainy season in Korea doesn't really start until July, and it's called Jangma, and it's raining all the time. Like even my friends keep posting from Korea, all this rain, rainy days, and I'm sitting here dry as a bone, like I miss the rain. So April's good as long as you don't have allergies and don't mind the pollution. These questions are coming in. Claudia Iribagiza. I'm so sorry. How popular is BTS in South Korea? It's funny because people like them, but they're still not like the most popular. Like BTS blew up internationally. Like they are like, even when I used to tell my kids how much I like BTS, they're like, teacher, like at the time in 2017, like it's about 101. They love 101. They love these produced 101 groups because you have to actively vote for your favorite people and put this group together. So like IZ*ONE, 101, those types of groups tend to be a bit more popular. Like I know a lot of people who still vastly prefer EXO to BTS in Korea or Big Bang because they're like the legends. BTS is popular, don't get me wrong, but they are by far more popular overseas than they are in Korea. That's just a fact. Rebecca Barrero, what's your favorite zodiac sign? I mean, aside from being a badass Aries, I tend to flock to Capricorns, Virgos, and Libras. Those are the, like, when I meet people and they're like, oh yeah, my birthday is in September. I'm like, so you're a Virgo or a Libra. Or people like, yeah, my birthday's in January this. I'm like, so you're a Capricorn. It's a pattern I've noticed, but there's not really a sign I dislike. I don't really read too much into astrology. It's just fun to be like, oh, what's your sign? But yeah, I guess Virgo, Capricorn, Libra are my faves. Kiki Ava, have you witnessed a fight in Korea? Every fight that I've witnessed in Korea has been instigated by a foreigner. And it pisses, I'm like, y'all are making us look bad. Like, come on, this is why we can't have nice things. It's always started by a foreigner. Like even the one time it was just a drunk Korean dude by himself, and he got beat up by the bouncers. That's the only time I saw a strictly Korean dispute or altercation. Everything else is like, say it to my face, and then they got to get kicked out of the club. I've never really seen a fight. Like in the dramas, they pour the water in your face. Obviously, that doesn't happen in real life. But yeah, it sucks. Oh yeah, IOI too. Yeah, IOI was also very popular. Blackpink 2018. I guess Blackpink's not popular. They are. Blackpink's also another really popular group. It's just they're not the most popular. Yeah. Plus, a lot of people are frustrated by how limited their music is. Like YG doesn't let them put out enough music to compete with all these other groups that are putting out a new album like every 3 months or a mini comeback every 6 months. We get like one a year from them. That's it. I will never forget. I think all of 2017, all we got was Maji Macha Dom, Maji Macha. That's all we got from them the whole year. So people are frustrated by that. Kiki Ava, is it hard to communicate in Busan because in Seoul they talk differently? Honestly, living in Jeju is worse. The Satsuri in Jeju is next level. Like, not only is the accent different, but they have vocabulary words that mean different things. So that was very confusing to be new to Korea and then plopped in the middle of Jeju, thinking Samcheon is uncle, but then I hear people calling these older women uncle. I'm like, I thought that meant uncle. So honestly, I don't really notice too much of a difference between Satsuri, especially because I'm used to taxi drivers and they all talk in that low voice where their words kind of just mesh together. Oh, yeah, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what? So I don't really notice the difference, but I'm not a native speaker. Past V Maria, is there a weird habit Koreans have that you can't stand? Bruh. So in Korea, the way one shows their appreciation for food, like if they're eating at a restaurant to show that, oh, I love this, they eat smacking very loud and like humming, like, 맛있어, I hate that. I don't like to hear myself eat. I don't want to hear nobody else eat. That is my least favorite habit of thing. Oh my God. Yeah, that's the one. Yep. Aqua Gamer, do Koreans really believe in blood types? Yeah, like, you know how in the West we're always like, what's your sign? Or even in Chinese horoscopes, like I'm the year of the rooster. In Korea, it's blood type. I don't even know my blood type. I tried to get it when I got my physical before I went to Korea, but my insurance didn't cover that. So I don't know my blood type, but we're always like, I'm an Aries, I'm a Pisces, I'm this. They're like, I'm O negative or I'm AB positive, whatever. I don't know the blood types, but that's it. Yeah, they absolutely believe in blood types, and that reads your personality. Like if you look on idol profiles, you'll see their like zodiac sign, but then you also see their blood type because people believe in that. um, Blood type AB. Yeah, I don't even know mine. I'm curious though. I never was able to get it covered by my insurance. Katie Berry, how does the pharmacy work? Do you need prescriptions most of the time, e.g., for allergies or painkillers, or can you just go and buy it over the counter? It depends on what you're buying, because I've been able to get allergy medicine, a lot of stuff over the counter. I've been able to get allergy medicine, normal cough syrups, stuff for headaches, the Pine-Cold, which actually is not even always in the pharmacy. Sometimes it's at the convenience store. But the only thing I've needed a prescription for was when I get tonsillitis. And I went to the doctor, they gave me a prescription, I got it filled out. That was the only time I needed a prescription. But for most things, yeah, you can buy it over the counter. Even birth control, I believe, is over the counter in Korea, which is why don't we have that here? um, have you heard of the Kiki Ava? Have you heard of the UK group? The only UK group I ever knew was One Direction. Is it like a UK K-pop group or something? Um, Sliperlick, have you been to Gwangju? Yes, very, very, very briefly. Oh, my thanks. See, I got my fan over here, so it's blowing. All right, yeah, I've been to Gwangju very, very briefly. I remember I went to Japan in 2017, and then as soon as I came back, I stayed in Seoul for a few days. And one of my friends wanted to go to Gwangju before she moved to Japan. So me and her literally rode a bus to stay in Gwangju for like less than 24 hours. We rode the bus, we got a guest house, we went out clubbing, we spent the night there, and then we left like the next afternoon. It was very, very brief, but yeah, I've been to Gwangju. We went and we had this awesome samgyeopsal and Korean barbecue, and yeah, that was nice. Oh, that was awesome. Victoria C, have you been to the festivals in Korea? I've been to one of the cherry blossom festivals. They have a ton in every spring. I've been to one of those festivals. There was a tulip festival in Taean. I went to that. Think, I mean, because there's a lot of festivals I accidentally stumbled into, and then people say, "Oh, it's a festival," and they have like all these stands set up, people are taking pictures. So I've been to several. I can't really remember what they like. There's festivals all the time, just randomly. So I've been to a few. Yes. Um, Jeffrey Lalande, What other Asian countries do you want to go to? I want to go to all the countries, not even just in Asia. Like, I want to visit countries in Africa and Europe, South America. I want to go to all of them. I want to go to all of the countries. But as far as Asia, I desperately want to go to Thailand still. After I saw this movie with Leonardo DiCaprio called The Beach, and they were in Koh Phi Phi, that place has been haunting my dreams ever since I saw that movie, and I want to see it in person. I'd be interested in Vietnam, just because, it's hella cheap to go there and stay in the best resort looking hotel, and you pay like no money. That's amazing. I want to go to Indonesia. I want to go to Singapore. Taiwan, even though technically it's China, but like not really. I want to go to Taiwan. I want to go back to Hong Kong, like really bad. I'm frustrated by them losing their democracy. This is beyond infuriating, because in Hong Kong there's such different vibes from mainland China. They're so friendly in Hong Kong. I love Hong Kong. So I'm sorry. Those are the countries I want to go to. YB Scarlet Maciel, do you have Korean movie recommendations? Girl, do I. Korean movies are great. Everybody focuses on the dramas, but no, Korean movies are it. A lot of them are kind of sad though, but my favorite Korean actor is Hwang Jung-min. He's like an older established actor. He's brilliant, but he was in this movie called Ode to My Father. That's the English name. The Korean name is so different, but it's this heartbreaking movie about his family was separated from the Korean War, and like he spends his whole life trying to find his little sister. They lost their dad. It's such a sad movie, but it's so good. It's so good. So Ode to My Father, this movie called Taxi Driver, which I believe actually has the same patriarch from the movie in Parasite. Not the rich patriarch, the poor patriarch. I can't remember all these names of the characters, I'm sorry. But it was called Taxi Driver. It was really good. This movie called Midnight Runners. It was funny. It was really good. And I also like UIN. He's a very talented actor. He's in this movie called Veteran, which is like veteran, but Veteran with Hwang Jung-min. So I'd say Veteran, Ode to My Father, Taxi Driver. What else did I say? The other one I said, I forgot what I said. Midnight Runners. Yeah. But to make it a full top 5, let me recommend a 5th movie. But it's another sad one. I don't want to get y'all all sad, but this movie called Battleship Island, based on a true story during World War II, how Japanese had Korean like slavers basically forced to work on this island. It was really good, and they revolted this escape, and it's based on a true story. All right, so I'm done. I'm gonna stop depressing people. Oh yeah, Train to Busan, but I feel like everybody's seen Train to Busan at this point. I don't know who hasn't seen Train to Busan, because that's a crime. That was a really good movie. It was also really sad. And that business dude made me so, I'm like, why aren't you dead yet? Like, how do you still causing problems? Nia G, what other countries have you been to besides Korea and Japan? China, Canada, Hong Kong, and that's it. I have a long, long list, which is why I'm so mad at how 2020 is playing out, because I plan to cross a lot of them off this year. I'm not getting any younger. My back's going to start going out. Nikita K, 20 is a pretty good movie and funny. Yeah. Honestly, wait, that's the one with the 2 p.m. guy, June K, who looks like Rain, Baby Rain, and Kim Woo Bin, and I forgot the other guy. But yeah, that was a really good movie too. Yeah, 20 was good. Shuri Evelyn, I'm sure that's before moving to Korea, did you learn Korean first? Yes. I learned how to read Hangul. I learned how to count. I learned how to introduce myself and ask questions. That's like all I learned though before going. I didn't want to get there and just be like, I know nothing. So yeah, I learned before I went. I learned before I even applied though to teach. Like, I applied in October of 2016, and I started to learn, because it was not consistent, in 2014. So that's when I started to, experiment and try to familiarize myself with Korean. And also I used to watch a ton of Running Man. Like, variety shows are a good way to learn Korean, because they have all those like extra graphics and it's all on the screen in Korean and it's usually in English small underneath or something. Yeah, it was really good. DJ TR, do you know how to make a Korean angry in a second? What? What? The only thing I've seen infuriate Koreans is when you bring up like the Japanese imperial flag or North Korea or yeah, but don't do that. Um, huh? Oh, a Hachimi. What country would you move to if that guy gets reelected? Yo, you know me, because if he wins again, I am never coming back to America. There's no hope unless he dies in office, which would be great. And I don't wish death on anybody except you know who. I don't like him. There's no excuse, no redemption for this dude. He's awful. But if I had to move to another country, honestly, I'd probably just country hop a little bit. I mean, I'd probably start off in Korea again because that's like home. That's the second home. That's familiar. But I'd probably making my way downtown, walking. I probably hop from country to country, honestly. I'm like, where do I feel like going next month? And just wander until he's gone again. Oh God, yeah, but I'm sure they're asking because the reason I fully decided to hop on a plane and leave Korea back in 2017 was because you know who was elected. And I was like, I can't be in this country with him in charge. So I was out literally 3 weeks, 2 weeks after he was sworn in, I was gone. He was sworn in what, like the 21st, and I was on a plane February 2nd. I was not playing. Oh man. Katie Berry, have you heard Sunmi's new song? No, actually, okay. For the past few days, I've been kind of a recluse. Aside from going out on drives, I've been watching anime. I haven't really been doing anything. So no, I haven't heard a new song yet. She's going to the moon. Yeah, the moon might be nice. Just leave the whole planet behind. Just be like, I quit. I'm out. Oh yeah, Charlotte Crowley. I like Hello Counselor. What's that one that's like Annyeong haseyo, yo, da 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 da, Annyeong haseyo. I used to like that one too because they had like really interesting scenarios and the audience would vote on what was like whose story was more dramatic or something. I remember when they had that Sam Ochuri guy and he was speaking of what it's like to be Black in Korea. And I was like, yeah, y'all need to hear this. It was really good. Rachel Johnson, are Monsta X popular in Korea? Kinda. They're still pretty popular, but they're definitely not really up there. But honestly, I didn't even realize how many people like Monsta X until the whole Wano thing happened, and so many Hmong babies were going to the Starship building and putting up post-it notes like "Bring them back." I was like, there's actually a lot more than I thought because people don't really talk about Monsta X that much. Like, I'm not used to seeing like Monsta X merch for sale and their faces on stuff like I do with EXO, for example. They're still king apparently because their faces are everywhere. But yeah, I think they are. Geez, wait, it just got removed. Why did these questions keep getting deleted? Excuse me, I burped. Jasor Media, where are you from? I am from Baltimore, Maryland, East Coast, the DMV. That was so cringe. I'm sorry I said that. Yeah, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. That's where I was born. Lala, is Korean money difficult? Not really. Well, for US currency to Korean money, it's honestly the way I try to keep track. It's taken off like the last 3 zeros approximately, but counting it in Korean still confuses the heck out of me because it's like 2010, like 2010s. Like the way they count is so confusing to me. Actually handling it is not so much, but like when they tell you how much something costs and you're like, is this enough? Like that's the part that's a little confusing. So I mean, most of the time I just use my card, but yeah, like I think for example, like 50,000 won is like Oman, which is like 5 tens instead of just saying 50. Or like wait, mine is 100. So it's like, oh my gosh, see, I'm confusing myself. I don't like to count money in Korean, especially since they already have like two different number systems. That gets very, very complicated. Awkward gamer, why do Korean boys like egg yolk? I don't know. I will never understand this. Oh, that makes me cringe. It's cute when my kids do it because they're children. But when I see like a woman in her 20s try to be all cute and pouty because she wants you to buy her this jajangmyeon or whatever, it's so cringe and I don't understand it. It's like they want a kid, but not really. I don't get it. I will never. Egg yolk's never been my thing. That's why I like JB because he does not do egg yolk. He's like, I'm a man. I'm not. I'm not doing that. Man. Anime is black. Do you use the word oppa? No. I mean, for one, I'm usually older than people, so it would be a lie to use that. But I also have no reason to call someone oppa. So I do it to in a joking way, like to mock something. But no, I don't know. Kiki Ava, do you like pets? I love dogs. I'm allergic to cats usually, but I love dogs. We're actually dog sitting for a week, and he's this gorgeous. What is he? A husky. He's like tan with these bright blue eyes, and he's so quiet. Except he attacked the chickens in the backyard yesterday. But other than that, I love dogs. I love dogs so much, like so much. Zakira Walker, can you explain the visa process? Well, for the E2 visa, which is the teaching visa, the way it works is once you're accepted into the program, they send you like your contract, like this is what you're going to do. And you need that to go to the embassy. And once you show them all of that and you have all your requirements, like your background check, everything's apostilled, your diploma or whatever, then they put your visa. I'm gonna just show y'all. Hold on. Don't be weirded out. All right. So it's my passport. Sorry, that was real close. This is old anyway, so I guess I can show y'all this visa. It's like a sticker. And you can see when it was issued, when it expired. But yeah, it's a sticker that they put in the back of your passport. So once you meet all your requirements, for the E2 visa, for example, you need like your degree, or in the talks case, you need your transcripts, your recommendation letters. You also need a background check that's apostilled, which means it's not fake. The government certifies that it's legit. And yeah, and also you have to have you have to prove that you don't have like diseases and stuff. But once you do all of that, you bring it to your embassy and they put the sticker in your passport and you have a visa. Now, when it expires, though, some people, what they do is they just leave Korea for a day. Like they'll fly to Japan and they come right back the next day and it starts over. Like for the tourist visa, for example, and it starts over. But for that, once you renew your contract, then usually someone from your school will help you go to like immigration and explain things. And like once this was expired, once the E2 visa expired, I had my ARC, the alien registration card, and they would just renew the date on the back of it, how long it was valid. So that's kind of how visa extension went. But yeah, once you honestly, the process of meeting all the requirements for the visa is a lot more difficult than actually getting the visa itself. It's Eve 397, would you come to Scotland? Abso-freaking-lutely. I love the accent for one. I know that's like a superficial reason, but I love Scottish accents. I remember watching this show on Netflix called The Bodyguard, and it had, I forgot his name, but he played Robb Stark in Game of Thrones. And I didn't understand a word he was saying. I'm like, I know you're speaking English, but I do not understand you. So I had to watch it with subtitles, but I love the accent. I love James McAvoy. And I like rainy, cloudy weather. And a lot of people in the UK like, yo, it's gloomy and cloudy here all the time. So I'm like, I would thrive there. I want to go to Glasgow one day. Yeah, James McAvoy. See, y'all know what's up. I got the weekend plan. I hear Starboy. Sorry. I don't like when it's too quiet, so I feel like I gotta have music off to the side somewhere. Kiki Ava, do you like Jamaica? I'm sure I'd love it if I went. I've never gone to Jamaica. The only thing is I'm not a fan of like hot weather and like humid weather. Like even summers in Korea, I spend most of that inside of my house on my couch in front of the air conditioner watching TV. I don't like heat, and from what I understand, Jamaica's hot, so I could probably go for a little bit, but I don't know if I could stay there long. I don't like hot weather. I know I'm weird because people thrive in the summer. They like to be outside. I don't like to sweat. I don't like to feel sticky and musty. I don't. I prefer fall and winter, honestly. Um, Eve Wiggy, Wiggy, how old are you? I am 27 years old. I am getting up there in age. I'm 3 years from 30. But yeah, I'm 27. Um, Katy Perry, who would you say are the most popular Western artists in Korea? That's a good question. Um, Based on the rotation in the club, I know that when you like hip hop, they love J. Cole, Drake, and proudly so. They love Kendrick Lamar, and I'm like, I fucks with y'all. I love Kendrick is like my favorite rapper these days. Eminem has been my favorite rapper since I was like 6, which is probably not healthy, but Kendrick's really popular. As far as singers go, popular singers, Western singers, everybody loves Beyonce. Oh my gosh, they love Beyonce. Um, that's hard. I've been compared to Tinashe a lot, so I guess they know and like Tinashe, which is flattering. Oh, and Post Malone. They love Post Malone. Yeah, I think those are probably some of the popular Western artists. Oh, and Ariana Grande. Oh my God, no. Ariana Grande is probably the most popular Western artist in Korea because she's 27 and she looks 18. They love the old but looking like a baby thing. They love Ariana Grande. Oh my gosh, that was what I was supposed to say. Oh, Lucy Scott, thank you for exposing One Nation. It needed to be done. You had true receipts. Unlike some others, I'm praying it will be a wake-up call for our Black women and girls. Thank you for saying. Actually, how many of y'all know about the whole One Nation situation? I'm gonna see how many people heard about that because unfortunately, it's already like starting to die down. And oh God, I don't. This like been unnecessary drama the past 2 days. I feel like I might skim the surface of it real quick, but so what had happened? Okay, so for those of y'all who don't know, because I see some people like, wait, what happened? So One Nation is or was, I don't know what you want to call them, a hip hop group. There's 3 confirmed members and then like 2 lackeys. I don't even remember all their names. It's like Sleepy, Jug, Rich Hobo, Fuckboy Men, and a dude named Sexy Jin, not BTS Jin, not that one. That was his handle name for on Instagram before he deleted his account. That's the thing. The fact that these boys decided to delete their Instagrams after all these videos came out, instead of saying, I didn't do this or trying to explain things, they deleted their stuff. Obviously, they're guilty. So what had happened was there was a group of minors who were fans from like 13 to 17 years old. And they added a group chat on Instagram. They made like a group chat, added the members because they were fans. So they wanted to talk to these guys. And the conversation became sexual because of these guys asking these minors to send them nudes, to twerk, and to do all this sexual stuff, all these sexual things that they wanted to do with them. And they were all Black girls. So a lot of people have been telling, like all the girls who came to me with the screenshots and everything are Black girls. And nobody's been talking about this. They have nudes of these minors, of these little girls. And instead of addressing this, saying, yo, we didn't do that, y'all are lying, they just went silent. They all deleted their Instagrams except Rich Hobo. And then this other dude named Sexy Jin, which not BTS Jin. So what had happened was, recently though, a story came out that Sexy Jin, not from BTS, was maybe dating Namjoon's cousin. And people started to make this reach of a connection between BTS and One Nation. Obviously, they have no idea what One Nation is, or they probably don't even know who they are. I have cousins, so many cousins, I can't even name one of their significant others or who they're dating. So there was some drama that went down a few days ago where that's all I would say. So yeah, One Nation is a group of pedophiles preying on minors and like if y'all have, there's a ton of videos now where they on these screenshots saying all the sexual gross things they wanted to do to them, asking them to send nudes, and they haven't been held accountable for any of this. So yeah. That's One Nation. Even on their Instagrams or on their YouTube stuff, like it started to get deleted. Like obviously they're guilty. An innocent person doesn't go silent. Who does that? You defend yourself if you're innocent. So that's what pisses me off about this. The girls have this Instagram account called One Nation Victims. They started a GoFundMe to try and build like a legal case so they can actually afford lawyers and stuff. They've been trying to contact Korean authorities. They say contact people in America. America say contact people over there. It just keeps going, bounce back and forth. So it's really frustrating. So for those of y'all who don't know, yes, that's who One Nation is. So thank you for bringing that up again. So Lucy Scott, yeah, thank you for bringing that up again. I'm sorry, it pisses me off. I keep thinking about how they're just chilling. And one of the dudes is actually on Instagram again, but he changed his name to Earthquake something. So like obviously they're guilty. Like that's what drives me crazy. They knew these kids were minors. They knew they were little children. And they're like, send me news. I manhandled an F out of you, drink my sperm, the most gross stuff. And it's all there in screenshots. Like they said this. That's One Nation. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, it's just for Namjoon's cousin, the boxer. She's apparently an MMA fighter, but it's not even confirmed that she and this boy are even dating. So it's just a speculation. That's why people are trying to make this connection between them and it wasn't a necessary connection. It's been squashed. I hope everything's good now and we can focus back on trying to get these boys held accountable for being pedophiles. Let's call it what it is. Whew. I need my water. I'm getting mad. I'm sorry. Nia G, and their music is trash. It really is. I was like, so one of the girls sent me a screenshot. I recognized two of the Instagram names because they've approached me before in Hongdae. They hunt down people in Hongdae. Me and my friend literally laughed at them and just kept it moving. So I remembered their names and I was like, what do they even sound like? Because I didn't know they were rappers. It is the most cringy hip hop music I've ever heard in my entire life. It's not even hip hop. It's a joke. It sounds like a parody of hip hop. Like it sounds like they're trying to be funny and it's not funny. It's awful. And then I'm a little frustrated because with the YouTube algorithm, somebody obviously reported the video because it went from getting like at least like 2,000 views a day to just like 20 a day. And I was told that it was flagged or whatever. So somebody reported it. Obviously, people are still trying to defend pedophiles. So that's what happened. Yeah. All right, let's move on because I'm getting mad. Whew. All right. But yeah, okay, it looks like most of y'all know who they were or who they're trying to be. So that's encouraging that at least people know. But I really want people in Korea to know. So like when they're out, people be like, oh, those are those pedophiles, right? You know what I mean? Nila Kadori, they look like a joke. They really, really do. And they're not even cute. So there's nothing. They're ugly. Their music is gross. They're gross. Like there's nothing redeeming about them. They seem like complete a-holes. Completely. Karina L, all my homies hate One Nation. Then your homies are good people. Janelle Jones, I don't see Korean authorities taking that seriously, especially dealing with young Black women. Yeah, sadly, I agree. And the girls had told me that a few of them were in jail like recently. I don't like all these clownish names. It's hard to keep track, but I think one or two of them were in jail, and I think they're all out now. And there are girls who were like, hey, "My boys are out of jail." I'm like, "Why are you defending this? Like, you look dumb." All right, I said I'm all right for. Oh boy! All right. So let's talk some more. I didn't mean for this to turn into that, but I was because I'm still in communications with the girls, trying to help because they're doing this like by themselves now. So there ain't much I can do. Like I'm not as connected, but I was like, y'all need anything? Like I mean, I'll help as much as I can. So I'm still in the chat with them, and we still talk and stuff. So Yeah, I skipped a lot. I'm so sorry. Celine Serigny. You know the AOA Jimin and Mina story? Loosely. Like I know that Jimin was like bullied out of the group or something, and she was being bullied, and people didn't take her seriously for years or something, and she decided to leave the group. And I think that's it. That's all I know. I only AOA song I know is Bingle Bangle in the Koyangi song, and I think their newer one, Come See Me. I don't really know them too well. Um, Blaze Timothy, is it normal for Koreans to turn a blind eye to these situations? Unfortunately, I think it's normal for most people to turn a blind eye to like these types of situations. It's not just a Korean thing. Like there's a lot of people in America who don't take it seriously. Like I said, the reason this stream was so late, I was watching D'Angelo Wallace's video about what's that dude's name? Shane Dawson. I never watched any. I never knew. Honestly, I've heard the name Shane Dawson, but I thought he was like an actor or something. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know he was a YouTuber. And D'Angelo Wallace's video went all in on all the gross pedophile type of comments that Shane Dawson has made over the years. And no, obviously he racked up over 20 million subscribers, and each video has like 10 million views, and nobody, addressed this until now. So it's not just a Korean thing to like turn a blind eye to this. A lot of people turn a blind eye to pedophilia, and it's unfortunate. Oh, my bad. Jimin wasn't the bully, or Jimin was the bully. My bad, not Mina. Mina was the victim. Jimin was the bully. I'm sorry. Like I said, I don't really follow them that well, but yeah, I've heard about that situation. But I don't know if there's been any further developments besides Mina leaving the group. Did Jimin leave too, or is she still in it? Jimin of AOA. Dude, I feel so bad for people named Jimin. Like everybody's like from BTS, and it's like no, that's actually a pretty common name in Korea. So like even the singer Park Jimin, not the BTS Jimin, she's signed with JYP. She comments all the time about how people keep thinking she's him, and it's not. But oh, she left too. Wait, so who is left in AOA? The only girl I knew was Solhyun. I think she's like the only girl I ever knew, but I don't know any other members. Like how many? Because there were what, like 8 or 9 of them at one point, and it seems like people keep leaving. They only got Shane because it was making YouTube look bad, pretty much. And it's funny the timing. Like he decided to hold himself accountable for all the gross things, all the blackface he did, the blatant blackface that he's done, dude. I was just like, how is he not canceled? This is, oh my god, this is so crazy. So yeah, seeing all the blackface, all the even bestiality jokes he's made, all the suggestive stuff he said about children, he hasn't been canceled until like a month ago. It's crazy. People don't call this stuff out when it should be. Kate Alexandria, is Jimin a gender neutral name? Yes. I've had like 10 students named Jimin. 4 were boys and 5 were girls, or like 6 were girls. It goes both ways. Yeah, it's gender neutral. Katie Berry, have you witnessed adults being bullied in the workplace? Is it as common as school bullying? No, well, it's weird because in the workplace, when you're younger or newer, you're supposed to be treated that way. Like you have to work your way up in the ranks. Like you're supposed to be, if you're younger, you're supposed to be the one to get the coffee and to do this for everybody who's older. And they don't call it bullying or treat it as bullying. It's like earning your dues. So in school, it's considered bullying. In adults, it's just work. So I think it's the same thing, but people don't really call it that. But then again, they don't really acknowledge bullying in Korea too. It's just treated as, oh, kids will be kids. They'll work this out. I can't tell you how many times my teachers and coach workers would say, oh, they're okay, they're fine. I'm like, she is crying. That is not fine. Then she would just be sitting there holding her books, just trying to be okay. Oh God, I used to hate that. And it used to frustrate me that I couldn't speak Korean more to try to be like, are you okay? Well, 괜찮아요? That's all I could do. And she would, of course, just nod and say, yeah. Ugh. I don't want to be mad right now. I'm sorry. um, wait, what is happening? Why are people talking about Trump and K-pop? What is happening? Uh, Honestly, K-pop fans made me really proud with how they trolled Trump with that Oklahoma rally. They're like, "Yeah, we showing up," and booked all these tickets. Yeah, that was amazing. I was like, "Yo, TikTokers, Gen Z, K-pop fans, y'all, how do you get trolled by a bunch of teenagers, man? That's awesome." See, this is why I made Jesus Christ a moderator, but she's not here today. This seems like it'd be useful to have her here because I don't. How do I kick people out? I don't know what I'm doing here. I can see it in your eyes. Cause oh, you know what's funny? So on Instagram, a lot of people send me like screenshots or like videos of BTS and mainly Namjoon because they know that's my husband. So I made this new video, my wallpaper. I'm very thankful for the stuff y'all send me on Instagram, by the way. Look at that. Look at this man. He's gorgeous. So this is my wallpaper. So you actually, if there are people who want to be a moderator, let me know because, like I said, I didn't even know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. So I didn't even know that I would or think that I would need a moderator until Jesus Christ said, "Hey, you should let me be a moderator." So if people want to be a moderator, message me after this and let me know because I don't mind if y'all want to help. That's awesome. Thank you. I honestly like I read a question and then I kind of just go off and then I look back and I read a question. So I feel like I missed a lot of not so nice things to say in the chat. So my bad. I will add people as moderators if they want to be. So just let me know. You can message me on Instagram after this or maybe leave a comment on a video or something. Just let me know. All right. Katie Berry, how do you make a video wallpaper? Honestly, with Samsung, I don't know about iPhones or other phones, but with Samsung, it's just an option. Like if you go to the video, you got the little three dots at the top, and you can just set it as your lock screen or your wallpaper. So is that like not a thing with iPhones or something? Yeah, this is. Oh, it's not the BTS Galaxy phone. I freaking wish. This is the S10 Plus. I want that phone though. Yeah, this is a. I literally just stare at this these days. I'm just like, oh boy. I feel it coming. Wow, time's going by a little slower today. Henrik Michelson, do you use Samsung Pay? No. See, here's the thing. I don't want to ever be in a situation where if I lose my phone, I lose my whole life. Like, I don't want to be like, oh crap, there goes my money and my phone and my contacts and all that. I want to keep something separate. So if I lose one, I'll be able to survive with the other. I've never linked any sort of monetary value or apps or anything on my phone because I just like even like those phone cases that used to have all those card slots. God forbid I lose that one day. I lose my identity, I lose my money, and my communication. So I don't I don't want to keep everything in one place. Yeah, Katy Berry. Yeah, my phone contract isn't over yet. I just got this phone like July. I want to say it was like July last year. So it's been like a year now. And I think I got another year to go or something like that. Yeah. Um, Jaylene May, is data cheaper in Korea than America? I actually never got data. I just got a Wi-Fi egg, and that was so cheap. I had unlimited, like I never ran out of gigabytes, or I never ran out of like data or the Wi-Fi limit or whatever. And I only paid like $10 a month, if even that. Like the money amount was so small that I never even noticed when it came out of my account. I just got a little KT Blue Wi-Fi egg, and that was how I got around for 2 years in Korea. I never got data because I needed to get a new phone. because I couldn't unlock the phone that I had. And I was like, I'm not buying a new phone because I never planned to be in Korea that long. And then I stayed for 2 years. It's a problem. Nuki Mindless 14, CC, what is your favorite color? I like blue a lot, but I also really like purple. So blue and purple, it kind of goes back and forth. I love blue and I love purple. It's funny because my mom likes purple and my dad likes blue, so I think it's like a combination of both. The only color I don't really like is pink, and I ignore the pink pillow in the background. I thought it looked cute with the theme. I don't really like pink too much. Antoinette, how do you make your YouTube intro? Actually, okay, there's this really cool, I looked up, before when I started YouTube, I looked up YouTube intros, and there's this one called Tube Arsenal, and they have like a bunch of like templates that like are already pre-uploaded designs, and you just customize stuff. Like you put your name in here, you can change the color and the hue, you can put your own image here, and I use Tube Arsenal for my intro and my outro. Yeah. Blaze Timothy, what was the biggest adjustment for you when you first moved to Korea? I think the language. I mean, it's one of the things we don't really take for granted until we're in a place where, like, oh crap, I'm not around. Most people around here don't know what I'm saying. So talking slower or trying to speak Korean. One thing I used to hate is when I am struggling to get Korean out and they watch me and then they just speak to me in English. They're like, do you need it? I'm like, you couldn't have just told me that you speak English. Like, I'm looking stupid here struggling. Language by far was the biggest adjustment. Yellow. Yeah, yellow's a good color too. Okay, I removed Ethan. I'm sorry. What did he say? What happened? How do I? All right, hold on. I've removed that comment, but I'm trying to remove. Hide user. Oh, I can add moderators here. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I didn't know I could do that here. Wait, bleach. Wait, what? What? I'm sorry. What just happened? Oh, he thought I bleached my skin. Oh my god. All right, I think I removed him. What the? See, and it's funny because that's a very annoying thing that I get asked a lot. Or for one, I don't condone skin bleaching because it's dangerous. Like, I'm not about to risk skin cancer to look like this wall. Like, no. All right, yeah, and that was one of the. That's another thing I gotta warn you about when you go to Korea. A lot of Korean products have like skin whitening and skin brightening stuff. Like, I used to go to a Tude house and have to tell them, "Can you help me find something that does not have skin whitening or skin lightening effects to it?" Because every time I would look at something, I would see. I'm like, "Is that bleach?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, you get lighter." I was like, "I don't want to get lighter," and they're like, "Oh." I used to get so annoyed when they would suggest that to me. Like, you would look pretty if you were lighter. I'm like. And I feel bad because I mentioned this in a past story time. This girl that I met at Itaewon on the street, she was only there for like a week, and she was like, "Yo, I want to like experiment with Korean skincare." And I was like, "All right, I got you, but we need to make sure there's not bleach in this stuff because it's really common in Korean goods." So we found this really nice lady at a Tude house who spoke really good English, and she was suggesting all this stuff. Come to find out, like 3 of the items had bleach in it. She said, "Girl, I gotta return this. This shit got bleach in it." I'm like, she had one job. We said no bleach. And so yeah, I'm sorry. I think I removed him now. Nuki, I'm mindless. I love being black, period. Yes, girl. It's oh god. Race is really an unnecessarily complicated thing. Like, why is it so hard to accept that we're all human? We just have different traits associated with our ethnic background. Like, why is that so? He asked what cream you use for bleaching your skin. See, all right, yeah, I'm gonna add some moderators because I be missing this stuff completely. I'm so sorry. All right, so right, Karina L, you want to be a moderator? You are a moderator. Anyone else want to be a moderator? Like, honestly, I would say one of the reasons I'm probably really light is because I don't like the summer. I don't like the heat. I don't really go outside when it's hot out. So there's a lot of reasons why I'm a recluse. I stay inside a lot, but I do not do anything to lighten my skin. I like when I get a tan. I don't like when I look at my legs and I can see green. I can see my veins. I'm like, yo, I need a tan. So I'm actually going to the beach tomorrow because I need a tan. But oh God. All right. So when I add you guys as moderators, is it like, do I have to redo it at every chat, or is it going to be like a permanent thing? Because like I said, I'm so sorry. I do not know what I'm doing. Oh boy. All right. I think I've got like 4 now. I nominate myself. Oh wait, okay, yeah. So you're a moderator too. All right. Okay, okay. Wait, what? Okay, it's permanent. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I'm confused. This is so ridiculous. That looks like a different Ethan profile though, because before it was green. Put user in time. All right, so I hid the other Ethan account. What is happening? Oh my gosh. Okay. Because I keep clicking where it says hide user, and I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. So I did it again. I'm just trying to have a conversation with y'all. This is ridiculous. All right, let's try and get back to some comments and questions. Alrighty. Meticulous Bunny. That is a name. Meticulous Bunny. I like that. It's not only Korean. Most Asian countries are like that. As a younger generation, we need to change that. I love your skin color, and I'm a bit tan too, and used to make me insecure. And it's funny. That is the thing. Like, it's not even just a black thing or Korean thing. Like, skin bleach is common in African countries. It's common in India. Like, everybody wants to be lighter, except for, it seems, white people who keep trying to tan. I don't understand this. I know back in the day it was associated where if you're pale, then you're rich. You don't have to work outside in the fields. But it's just something that frustrates me. Like, even today with black people, I'm team light skin, I'm team dark skin. Get you a red bone. I hate that. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, Alina Leia, thank you. Wait, did I say that right? Alina Leia? Because if I said that right, that's really pretty. Alina Leia. I am so confused. Okay, I've added a few moderators now, so hopefully this makes this a bit more amicable in the chat. Oh, this is crazy. That's why I'm confused, because the first Ethan one I blocked had a green picture and the second one was blue. So did he make another one? Like, what the? Who has it? See, this is the thing. Like, one of the comments, or people who want to start a YouTube channel, they're always like, oh, I'm worried about like mean comments and hateful people. The thing that gets me through that is the people who have the time to sit online and just be an asshole have nothing better to do. They have no life. They're probably not very happy, so they want to make you sad. So when I see people, I hate black people, I'm like, we don't like you either, bro. It doesn't bother me anymore. And that was one of my biggest worries when I started YouTube. I was like, I'm soft. I can't handle the mean comments or the dislike to like ratio. People who they have nothing better to do. There's no such thing as somebody who's trolling here who actually has like a productive job and who loves themselves, because only insecure people do stuff like that. So wait, how do you pronounce Conther Philander? Who is Ethan? I just joined. Apparently a troll. He's asking about skin bleaching and what skin bleach do you use? And I apparently missed a lot of stuff that he said, but he made a lot of people here uncomfortable, and I'm sorry that he was a part of this. So I've added, I think, 4 moderators. So they're gonna help remove hateful comments in this chat. I'm sorry. Oh, that's a good one. Monet of cosplay Agassi. Who would you cosplay as? Dude, okay, so I am a huge fan of Final Fantasy X, and I think I'd love to dress up as Yuna. Probably more so the I kind of liked her outfit in Final Fantasy X, but I liked it in 10 too. I just don't like that much of my chest being out. But I love Yuna from Final Fantasy X, but also Asuka from Tekken, if that's possible. I would love to be a female Todoroki. There's a lot that I would like to I want to all right, Jeffrey Lalonde, you are also a moderator. So there's a few that, like I said earlier in the stream, I've been talking to these 2 cosplayers, and we're gonna hopefully start to hang out soon. And they do cosplay, so I'm hoping they can help me get into it and teach me their ways. I always wanted to start to cosplay. Like, that's something I've always wanted to do. And before, it seemed like it was kind of weird to do it, or I just didn't know anyone who personally who did it. So I was just like, I don't even know where to start. But yeah, I'm gonna start cosplaying. I hope. I'd love to be Asuka, Yuna, or Todoroki in particular. Todoroki is bae. Wendy Darling, is your necklace Africa? Yeah. It's funny. I was hanging out with this guy who asked if it was Texas. I was like, yeah, I'm wearing Texas around my neck. All right. Is there a limit to how many people can be moderators? Okay, Zakira and Henrik, you are also moderators. I'm not sure how many I can do, but I think I got like 8 now or something. Cece, did you ever watch Dragon Ball? And it's okay, yeah. It's funny. Dragon Ball was like the first show I got into. I didn't even realize it was anime. Like, to me, it was just a cartoon. But my favorite character has always been Teen Trunks or Adult Trunks or whatever. I don't know why I liked him so much. It's just like when things were so hopeless, he just came in with his purple crop jacket and just saved the day. So Teen Trunks or whatever is my favorite. I know everybody likes Goku and Gohan's the goat too, but I like Teen Trunks. I think he's my favorite. Yeah. Yeah, Trunks. Definitely Trunks. Older Trunks. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! I also got into Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like I said, I didn't even realize anime was anime. To me, it was just another cartoon. And then I got introduced to this whole world. I'm like, wait, that's a separate thing. It's called anime, Japanese anime. That's awesome. But yeah, I used to love Yu-Gi-Oh! Too. I remember me and my brother, when I was 10, we got those like dueling discs, like the where you put your cards in. And because we were kids, we thought that as soon as we put our card face down or flipped it over, that we'd see a hologram in front of us. So we were like, let's duel. Maybe it's broken. Do we have batteries? So yeah, anime has been my thing since I was 9, unknowingly. I love anime. You could cosplay as EXID Hani. But can you cosplay as like a living person? Or does it, I mean, is that weird to cosplay as a person instead of a character? To me, see, do you like Death Note? I do like Death Note. I liked it a lot, but it was a little overhyped, and I did not like how it ended. I didn't like how it ended, but I did like it because I know I get judged from this all the time, but I like dubs over subs. Please don't hate me. People are like, well, you're not a real anime fan if you like dubs over subs. The Japanese voices, I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it. Plus, I like to look around at what I'm seeing and not just have to keep reading text on the bottom of the screen to keep up with the dialogue. But I like dubs over subs. So every dubbed psychological anime that I could find, I watched. So I've seen all of them, and Death Note was on it. I did like Death Note. It's not one of my favorites, but I liked it. Tanya Ramirez, do you like horror movies? I love horror movies. Scary movies are my favorite genre. I know it's weird. I love scary movies. I like the suspense when they do it right. I love it. I love it. If I had to recommend a really good one, it's actually a Korean one called Gonjiam. Gonjiam is really, really good. It's like these YouTubers who wanted to go to Gonjiam, which is like an abandoned insane asylum, and do a live stream to get over like 1 million views. And they planned some like stuff just started to go down, and it's pretty intense. Tanya Ramirez, is Psy popular in Korea? Not overly popular, but I think he means a lot for the music and stuff, because his video Gangnam Style was like the first video. Was it the first video to get over 1 billion views? And the kids, they teacher, I want some new phase, like new phase. So he's popular, but not like overly popular, if that makes sense. But he means a lot because how many views. A lot of people attribute like the rise of K-pop to Gangnam Style. That's when people started like, what is this Korean dude? And started to look at other stuff back in 2012. So it's that argument there, but you know. Banana Kaka, do you like K-pop? Do I like K-pop? And if you do, what is your favorite group? Grr, I like K-pop. Monsta X, BTS, and GOT7 are my 3 favorite guy groups. My favorite girl groups are Mamamoo, Blackpink, and before they disbanded, Sistar was another one of my favorites. I really, really miss them. I used to love them. Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah, GOT7. Hey. Tanya C, or Tamia C, do you like Everglow? I do. I like Everglow, but I mean, I've only heard like 2 songs. There was Adios and what's their newest song called again? Oops, I forgot their newest song. But I do like them. As I'm listening to GOT7 or to The Weeknd. Karina L, do you like Twice? Oh, Dun Dun, thank you. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, that's the other Everglow song I like. Do I like Twice? I like some of their songs. A lot of it just sounds so similar to me. And it gets me a lot of hate because I'm not a big fan of them. I liked Signal a lot. That was one of my favorite songs. I liked Me Likey, and I like their newest song. If you guys have heard, I use it in the background of some of my music. Yeah, Twice is, and I also like Fancy. I like Fancy. Fancy you. Josephine Richardson, do you ever listen to Card, a co-ed group? I like their earlier stuff. I liked Onana and Don't Recall, but some more and more, thank you, sorry. But their more recent stuff, it's all too much with the music. It's like a bit EDM-y to me. I like more their like island type of vibes that they had going on, but yeah, I like them though. Not so much their newer music. Oh, that would be a good one too. To cosplay as Levi. That would be cool. I don't know if I could look like him. I know he's short though, so I might be able to dress up as him. The city's cold and empty. No one's around to judge me. I can see clearly when you're Oh, this is a hard question. Tamia C, what is the best debut in K-pop in your opinion? That is really hard because a lot of K-pop debuts are so cringy. I would have to say Everglow. They came out with Adios. That was a bomb debut. But when I look at like, okay, actually, you know what? I like Monsta X too. Trespass, that song was fire. But when I look at like No More Dream from BTS and Girls, They Love Me from GOT7, I'm just like, because like the hair that they, a lot of debuts are really cringy. I would have to give it to Monsta X or Everglow. It's some of my favorite debuts where their first song from Jump was just fire, in my opinion. You should listen to TXT. I know that song, Can't You See Me? I like some of their songs. I can't, like I said, when they're all such babies, it feels weird to listen to them. So like I try to listen to people who are around my age so I don't feel so weird. But yeah. Elena Leia, I liked Blackpink's debut. I wasn't a fan of Boombayah that much. I liked Whistle. We ba-dum, da-dum, 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 da-dum. We pa-dum, pa-dum, pa-dum. I liked that song. I didn't like Boombayah that much. Oh, partner. Yeah, 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 yeah. I didn't like that one all that much. Anime's Black. Do you like K-hip hop? I love K-hip hop. Oh my god. Um, there aren't too many rappers I listen to, but the rappers I do listen to, I like all of their stuff, if that makes sense. My favorite Korean rapper is DPR Live. He's and what I love about him also is not only is his music like legit, but like even seeing how he speaks up for Black Lives Matter and stuff. Like not a lot of people did that in Korea, but he did. And I'm like, so you're aware too. Like that just makes it so much better. He's definitely my favorite Korean rapper by far. Martini Blue, Jasmine, Know Me. That was actually the first song I heard from him with him and Dean, the song called Know Me. That song's great. Oh, Aaliyah Burgess, do you like Crush or Dean? I like them both. Yeah. I didn't fully appreciate Crush until I saw him perform at Jeju University. I knew of him, but I wasn't like a fan until I saw him sing live, and I was just like, "You got some vocals, dude!" Like he's oh my god, his voice is so smooth, and he knows what he's doing up there with his vocals. And Dean is, yeah, I love Dean. I love everything about Dean. Oh my god, I really missed the mood vibe like from that first album, or not the first album, that album Mood 130 Trouble or whatever. Yeah. That's a good question. Joy Evergen, where's Dean? I know, right? I miss him. We've gone quite a while without him. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I think my favorite Dean song, though, I like Bonnie and Clyde a lot. And I think Pour Up, though. And I was sad because I saw he posted on YouTube this like listening party where he was in LA, of course, and he was around the people that like helped him produce the album. And he played this one song, like a snippet of it, with this girl singer named Karina, and they never released the song. So I only ever get to hear like 12 seconds of it, but I'm like, I want to hear that full song. And it's literally nowhere to be found. He never released it. But it's a great song. And I'm like, it sounds so beautiful. Nili Kaduri. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that. Is it Kaduri? Kaduri? How popular is Hyolyn? Hyolyn, huh. People felt some type of way about her after she performed at, I don't know what the award show was, but it was like supposed to be like a respected Academy type of show. And she came out wearing her unitard and her glittery boots and called it, oh, Chate Hyung Oppa. And he was just like, so a lot of people, if you saw their reaction in the audience, they were just looking at her like, because it's supposed to be a more respected type of ceremony. So after that, people kind of looked at her a little sideways, but I don't think people have a problem with her. She's just not one of the more popular solo artists, if that makes any sense. Josephine Richardson, have you ever gotten Usher vibes from Taeyang? Yeah, absolutely. Like like the smooth dance. Like he doesn't dance a lot, but like, you know, you can tell he got, I don't know why I keep doing this, but you can tell he got moves. And my favorite Taeyang song is Just a Feeling and Igea Ninde. Those, especially Just a Feeling, is very Usher-esque to me. And so is that song Where You At from back in the day. Oh my God. Taeyang was definitely, before I knew who Namjoon was, it was Taeyang. Then Taeyang got married, so it wasn't fun anymore to pretend I was his wife. But yeah, he was my OG. Who are popular solo artists besides IU? What's that girl's name? She sang that song Gotta Go. Yo, do she? Chunghwa? I think Chungha. I'm sorry. I think that's how you pronounce her name, but she is like probably the most popular female singer who's solo right now. Everybody loves her. I only like that song Gotta Go, but everyone loves Chungha. My kids used to love her, adults love her. She's very well received universally in Korea. So I think that's probably the more popular female singer right now. Yeah, Chungha. Thank you. I'm like Chunghwa, Chungha. Oh, and Sunmi. Yes, Sunmi. But there's also been a lot of problems with her being able to put music out there with YG. Like the only song I remember remember. Well, I don't listen. Is the birthday or birthday cake birthday? That's like the only song I know. But yeah. So look how many people love Chungha. Everyone's like, she's the queen. Every time I'm on Instagram, it's like edits of her and going blonde because she went blonde, going back to black because she went back to black hair. They love her. Yeah, Hwasa is good too, but she's also still very much actively in Mamamoo, so I don't fully consider her like a solo artist. But like Chungha, she's by herself. Oh wait, they're different people. See, I confused Sunmi and Somi. I don't know who that is then. Apparently, she's from Wonder Girls. Oh yeah, Gashina, right? Gashina. I know that song. That's the only song I like from her though too. Oh yeah, Lee Hee, but she's like a more old school, I think. So I don't know too many younger people who listen to her though. Bunny Hop AF. And I look at you and your eyes. Yo, Kashina was my song though. I love the choreography. Kashina. I like that song a lot. But that's the only song from her that I actually like though. I tried to listen to other stuff. It didn't really hit the same for me. Oh boy, Alyssa Duncan. What about Jessie? I'm not a fan of Jessie. I know it's weird. It's kind of like I'm not a fan of Jay Park, just like I'm not really a fan of Jessie. They're both like, I think they were both born in America. I know Jay Park is from like Seattle. I think Jessie's from New York. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of Jessie. Sorry. Oh yeah, snapping. Everybody likes that song too. Alina Leo, why don't you like Jessie? I just feel like she's trying to look black in a way, like the butt implants, the boob job, the really tan skin she always has, the way she talks. I don't know. I just feel like she's trying to sound black. That's just my opinion. So I'm just not a fan of her, really. Chioma and Jessie is sus to me. Had to say it. Yeah, and I remember she was on this song with JYP called "Who's Your Mama," I think, and she had a lyric where she says "skin like chocolate" or something. I'm like, chocolate where? And then I put that in the comments, and I got so much hate for saying that. They're like, well, she's dark for a Korean. I'm like, but she's light for the world. Like, well, all right, I'm moving on. I don't want to offend people. I just don't like her because to me, she's trying to look like a black girl. That's my opinion. Too raw for Korea. Possibly, yeah. But I did like that song because JYP, I don't know, like he's like the corny uncle, but when he makes music, it's funny. I like his music, and the videos are always like humorous in a way. I like JYP though. And then I remember the song that became what's his name, Ji Suk-jin from Running Man. It became like his theme song. Dun, 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 dun. I love that song so much because every time I hear that song, I think about Ji Suk-jin doing something stupid on Running Man. So I like JYP's music though, I will say that. Oh wow, Janelle Jones, she thinks it's okay for her to say the N-word. See, I didn't even know that. I never heard that. Amelia Valencia, do you like ATEEZ? I like a song that I heard. It's hard for me to keep up with all these groups, but they had this one song, I think called, no wait, that's not the right group. I heard a song from them and I don't remember how it goes, but I did like that one. I've never heard a song from them I didn't like. I just never took note that it was ATEEZ. People tell me, oh yeah, that's ATEEZ. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Usually when I like a song, I put it in my phone, but I haven't done that with them. I think I have like one song in here. Hold on. Gotta pause The Weeknd. I've still been obsessed with The Weeknd a lot lately too, but let me see. ATEEZ. Yeah, they have a song called Wonderland that I really like. I think that's like the only one that I've actively downloaded, but I don't have a problem with them. Oh yeah, Ellie. I like her too. But I do remember she kind of played herself. Wait, Nada Pafawa? AJ. I'm so sorry. I love Ailey's voice. Her vocals, she was on this episode of Running Man where they were on a roller coaster and they were doing karaoke, so they had a microphone like duct taped to their hand, and they had to get a certain score so they could get off the ride. And she sang the hell out of that song. I was like, she has vocals. I was very impressed. But I do remember earlier this year, she kind of played herself when she posted a picture with Chris Brown, and people were like, how can you pose with someone who abuses women? And she said, oh, I didn't know about it. And it's like, girl, you grew up in Jersey. You knew about it. And then she tried to say, I don't condone this behavior or whatever. And then what's his name? Chris Brown was like, clown. And just that was embarrassing for her. But she has one of the most amazing voices. People that I know in Korea call her Korea's Beyonce. She has the vocals. Like, she's a really good singer. And I'm sure that means a lot because I know she really looks up to Beyonce. But yeah. That Chris Brown situation, though, yeah, exactly. People are like, how do you not know what he did to Rihanna? Everybody knows that. And you grew up in New Jersey. You know this. So that was funny. Eva D, do you like Red Velvet? I do. I like Psycho. I'm going to say that first this time so I don't forget. I like Bad Boy. My favorite, the first song I heard from them that made me start to listen to them, though, was Peekaboo. Pika Peekaboo. I love that song. It's so cute. And I also like Power Up. I think that's it, though. Korea's Beyonce? Yeah, a lot of them call her Korea's Beyonce. They also said that about Hyolyn, too, though, because she was tanned. So a lot of people become Korea's Beyonce, apparently. I've only heard that about Hyolyn and Ailey, though. So, yeah. Who is Korea's Dua Lipa? I don't think they have one yet. They might be working on it. Eve 397, do you like Day 6 or Park 1? I like Day 6. I wish rock music was still popular because I grew up on rock music. But yeah, I like them. I think I Wait is still my favorite song, though. Icy. I see that I'm icy. Wait, what does that mean? Kelly M, do you hear Stray Kids? I've heard a few, but they're not one of the groups I like really follow or pay attention to. Because again, they're quite young. But what's that one song? Honestly, I can't even remember. I've heard them and I've not had a problem with it, but I don't really actively listen to them. Oh yeah, Russian Roulette was okay. Zim zim zimla zim zim zimla zim zim zimla bim. That song, I was like, wait, what am I listening to? Zim 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 zimla bim zim zimla bim. I don't even know what that means. Nili Kadori, aren't people from Busan tan or I'm tripping? I think you might be tripping. They're considered darker because they're a southern place, but honestly, people who spend more time in the farms or like doing farm work are tan, like they're darker, but then they get teased for it. And even their tan is not like actual tan, you know what I mean? Because it's like you're calling them tan in comparison to like this wall, because that's what they strive to be, that light. So tan is not actually tan. And Korea tan is not really tan. It's kind of funny. But I guess for them, it is tan because in their country, that's as dark as people are without actively trying to be darker, if that makes any sense. Lizzie, Lizzie Cone, I watch your videos all the time. Do you live in LA or other cities of LA County? LOL, I live between LA and San Diego. I know this is off topic. I'm not going to be too specific on where I am because that can be dangerous. But I'm in the region too. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, I've only actually got to vlog outside like once or twice since this pandemic started. But yeah. Jenny Martinez, do you like iKON? I do, which is why I was really upset by the whole BI thing. And I'm so sick of that girl. What is her name? She's the same girl who tried to take down 1O. She tried to expose or top for smoking weed. I forgot her name, but I'm sick of her. And she even tried to do the same thing to V. She tried to tell people that they were out clubbing when he was still a trainee. Never had any evidence that I know of or released any that I know of. But yeah, I was really sad at how they handled the BI situation, but I do like them. I still think my favorite song is "It Kills Me." You get that. I love that choreography too. And I honestly, I'm a little late to the game though, because I didn't even start getting into them until my kids kept singing Love Scenario. That song, Sarang and Heta, Uriga Mana, they sing that song. It was like they were in a trance. So that's when they were like, "Teacher, do you know Icon?" And I started to listen to them. But I remember they had this song, Rhythm Ta, Rhythm Ta, da-da-da-da, Rhythm Ta. I like that one too though. My name, have you ever seen BTS live? I have not. But like my thing is I'm not a concert person. I don't like to be around people, like crowds of people. And like, okay, the moment I realized concerts aren't for me is when GOT7 performed at the Jeju Sports Stadium or something, and it was a bunch of these high school girls screaming so loud, like I couldn't even hear GOT7, and everybody kept looking at them like, "Yeah, Junghae, like shut up, be quiet." So that was when I was like, concerts ain't for me because they're hopping and we're just like, oh my God, I couldn't even see them. I'm trying to zoom in so I can look at their faces. I can't imagine how amplified that would be in front of BTS. The fandom has gotten so huge. Girls will literally pass out and faint. I don't think I'm gonna put myself in that situation. So yeah. And I also remember when I went to see Dean, girls literally passed out, but we were standing in a room in the middle of July with no AC for like 7 to 8 hours, and he performed last. So girls literally like security had to carry some girls out. And that was before I got the little portable fan. So I'm just sitting there like, if Dean don't come out in the next hour, I'm leaving. So that was awful. Like, and I remember I was trying to fan myself, and the girl in front of me, her hair was long, and it was like sticking to my arm because it was sweaty. This is why I don't like summer. Oh God, I'm having flashbacks. But yeah, I'm not a concert person. I'm sorry. Whew. Lucy Scott, I want you to listen to Jooheon and Minhyuk's song, or Joohan from Monsta X, Joohan and Minhyuk song, You and I. It will give you the chills in their intro. Wait, Jooheon? Or is it, because when you say Minhyuk and Joohan, I'm thinking Monsta X, but I'm probably wrong. So clarification, please. Little ta, little ta. Oh, people are leaving. Bye, Tanya. Is it Tanya or Tania? I hate mispronouncing people's names. But yeah, so I'm also trying to. Oh, I have to go eat dinner. Okay. But I'm also trying to figure out if this is Joohan and Minhyuk, like from Monsta X, or if there's somebody named Jooheon I don't know, because I don't know a lot. So I'm trying to be as clear as possible. Oh, it's Monsta X. Okay, so Joohan and Monsta X, or Joohan and Minhyuk from Monsta X. Okay. All right, so I would listen to that song. So wait, it's called You and I. Every time I hear You and I think of that Crush song. You and I, you and I, you and I, baby, you and I. Love that song so much. Hit the end. Hit the like on your way out. Yes, the vibes. Like the video, y'all. Oh, that's a hard question. Fatima Ali, favorite GOT7 sidetrack. That's hard. Girl. Oh, that's hard, man. Wait, so by sidetrack, do you mean like the songs they didn't release like as singles where they had like comeback stage specials for? Because if that's the case, then I might have to go with the song called Sign that they made back in 2017. Give me a sign. Oh God, I like that one. And oh, that's so hard because honestly, with GOT7 is one of those groups where their singles, the songs that they release like publicly with a comeback performance and stuff, usually aren't my favorites on their album. I hear the album and I'm like, this is a bop. Like I like this better. Like for example, Hard Carry. Still to this day, do not like the song. But when I heard Mayday and Sick Apa, I love that song. And then oh God, what's that? Is it one called Sign? And I think another one called like Prove It or Show Me. So I think, yeah, I think I can't pick one. I'm sorry. That's literally impossible. I cannot pick just one. Um, when I find a move, well. Yeah, Sick, Fatima. Sick was, oh my God, I love that song so much. No, move. I'm like, why don't more people like, oh God, I love that song so much. I'm sorry. Not chicken, we your May. I'm shouting make day. Yes, I love that song so much. um, Alrighty, you're still live. I know, right? Actually, it feels like it's been longer than it has. Like it's been almost 2 hours. I feel like I've been talking for like three, dealing with Ethan, but I'm sorry. Um, oh yeah, teenager. You make me teen. Hey, you make me teen. Hey, yo, that's another bop. See, GOT7 is full of bops. Like usually the songs that aren't released are the ones that I like more. Yeah, that was You Make Me Teen. Age, You Make Me Teen. Age. I didn't even realize they were saying teenager. I was like, why is this song called Teenager? And they're like, they're literally saying teenager. It took me a while to hear teenager, but all right. Teenager Superior, Wendy Darling. Agreed. I like that choreography too. The you're 18, age, you baby. And then the yeah, okay. Wait, what's going on with a wolf pack? That was for Wolfpack? What's Wolfpack? I'm very not cool or hip with the children these days. Oh, Lucy Scott. That's the song? Wait, huh? Wait, what song? Okay, I'm officially color be confused. Wait, Lucy Scott said that's the song. Uh I don't know what's happening. Wait, what song? Because I just sang like 30. um all right, I guess I'll answer some other questions until I hear back from Lucy. Amelia Valencia, what is one of your favorite Korean desserts? That's tough because I'm actually not a big fan of Korean dessert. Like a lot of people were trying to get me to try I forgot it's this one with like this shaved ice. I forgot what it's called, but I didn't like it. And then you have this like milky bread with this stuffing in it that again I didn't like. It's horrible, but while I was there, I pretty much ate bingsu. Thank you, Amelia Valencia. It's called bingsu, and I didn't like it. And that's a really popular dessert there or treat. I didn't when I while I was I pretty much ate foreign desserts like cheesecake to the day I die. I love cheesecake. They make really good cheesecake like in Korea, but yeah bingsu. I didn't like bingsu though, and everybody's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "I know. I'm sorry. I'm horrible. I didn't like bingsu." But you see how popular it is. I'm sorry. Oh gosh. Daily memes 442. I want to go to Korea when I'm older, when I grow up. Can I have tips? Also, I'm your biggest. It feels weird when people say use the F word referring to being a fan because fans, people like GOT7 and BTS have fans. I just make these small little videos. But as far as tips for going to Korea, aside from like learning the language and maybe trying to like pan out what you want to do, because one of my biggest problems is I used to always go out on the weekends with my friends and we would never make a plan. We're like, let's just see what happens. And that's a very unproductive way to travel because you end up not really doing anything. So aside from learning, like you don't even really need to know Korean, just learn how to read Hangul. That will give you like, because even if you don't understand what you're saying, if you tell a Korean person, Seoul de Hakyo, they will tell you, oh, you want to go to Seoul University, and it will help you out. So if you can at least read it, that will save you a lot of trouble. Reading it by far. Yeah. And it depends if you want to like study or teach or just travel, but it's weird because being a student, there actually aren't as many requirements as you would think. Like you don't have to have like the best GPA. I've met some interesting, less than smart people who are students in Korea. As far as teaching, you got to get your degree. As far as travel, just save up for it. But yeah, y'all are babies. Yeah, I'm seeing 12 and 14. Oh my word. Oh my God. Oh, wow. Oh, V Denholm, going to Seoul in July next year. Any advice for July time? I will pray for you because that is probably the worst time to go. Because Korea has Jangma, which is the rainy season. In July, it rains constantly. Like you might get a sunny day or two in the middle of July, but it's humid and it's rainy. So I wouldn't go in July. That's just me, especially if you're only going for like a few weeks in July or if you're going for the month of July. As soon as you leave, it's going to be sunny. So I would say go for June or August if you want to go next summer, but I wouldn't recommend July. It rains all the time. Like I remember I was vlogging Lotte Tower and I went to the top and it was so rainy and hazy, I couldn't even see anything. I looked like I was standing in a clouded room. Like it looked like, when the video game doesn't finish rendering and like the background's not finished, I couldn't see anything. So things like that would get in the way if you try to go in July. Don't go in July. It's humid and rainy the whole time. Katie Berry, do you prefer sweet or savory? Sweet. I have a horrible sweet tooth, and honestly, it's a miracle that I don't have diabetes yet. I snack constantly. I love sweets. I like savory too, but if I had to pick, it would have to be sweet. I love sweet things. I love the smell of sweet foods and baked goods. And yeah, I'm not as big a fan of candy as I used to be, but I still love eating sugary breads and cakes and stuff and cookies. I love cookies. Whew. Going for 2 hours, which I'm doing better than last week because I had to cut that one short. Eva D, Obsession by EXO. I want, I want, want, I want, I want. I was feeling the vibe of that. Like it was a lot like darker, and I was like, oh, okay, EXO, okay, I see you all the way. Like I like that song. I still think though my favorite EXO song is The Eve. That choreography alone, I love The Eve. Slipperlick, tips for teaching. I'll be in Korea in April. Well, congratulations. That's awesome. For April, I would say if you have allergies, stock up. All the Korean allergy medicine put me to sleep. I'm like teaching like, okay, so open your books. It always made me hella sleepy. So stock up on allergy medicine before you go. If you have allergies in spring like I do, get used to wearing your mask because the pollution is really bad in the spring. Yeah, and it's funny, like people always ask about what to pack when they go to Korea, but honestly, I wouldn't even worry about that because you're gonna want to go shopping so much, and clothes are cheap and cute and affordable, and that's the same thing as cheap. Half of the stuff that I brought with me to Korea, I didn't even really wear because I kept shopping, and I'm just like, I got all these clothes, the ones I brought from home, plus all the stuff that I bought. So yeah, pack light, bring allergy medicine if you have allergies, and be prepared for the pollen and the pollution. It's really bad in the spring. Excuse me. Aaliyah Burgess, seeing you yawn made me yawn. I am sorry. That's how I felt teaching in the spring with the allergy medicine in Korea. It always made me really, really sleepy. Do you like, Abine LaRose? Abine LaRose. Do you like Baekhyun's Candy? I like that song. It was very cutesy, and honestly, I was a bit distracted by the fact that he's like, what, 29? 29 and he still looks 17. I'm like, how is this still happening? But yeah, I like that song. It was cute. I didn't like download it or anything, but I liked it. It was cute. Alina Leia, did you say your age using Korean or international? Look, I know I never used the international age because it confused me and I didn't want to confuse other people around me. Plus, I didn't want to make myself older than I actually am. So when I was 23, I didn't tell people, "Oh, I'm 25, Korean age." No, I was like, "I'm 23. I'll be 24 in April." Nah, I never used the Korean age. Or I would just say I was born in '93. Like I would just tell them the year I was born too, because that they can use the Korean age or the international age if they want. So that might be a good way to start. If someone asks how old you are, just say the year you were born. How old are you? I was born in '96. Oh, okay. That's a lot smoother usually. Yeah, see, Nia G, just say your year is better. Definitely. um, Kiara1109, what do you think of Blackpink's comeback? It's very catchy and it sticks in your head, but I wasn't really the biggest fan of it. It was all this hype. I was excited every time I went on Instagram. They're counting down and releasing more like promo pics. And I'm just like, ooh, it's almost time. And then when I heard it and how it sounded so much like do 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 do, I was just like, is this not the same song? Look at me now, look at me, look at you now. It sounded too similar to me. Hold on, my laptop's dying. Uh-oh, my laptop's dying. All right, I'm gonna have to readjust a little bit here. My laptop doesn't last like it used to. Reshifting. One second. Okay. See if I can get this plugged in. But yeah, the song it didn't live up to what I was expecting, and it's a lot of the music is really starting to sound very repetitive and very similar. So I wasn't the biggest fan, but I always loved the choreography. I love the looks. I love Lisa's haircut. Yeah. Sarah Nito, what is your favorite club in Korea? It's hard to pick a favorite because that's very different from the ones that I just spent a lot of time at. But if I had to pick favorites, I really like Boom Bar in Itaewon because they don't let smoking inside, which is literally a breath of fresh air. The DJ, the music was pretty great, and it was never too crowded. Like you were never in a situation where you're like shoulder to shoulder, which was amazing. So I think Boom Bar in Itaewon is probably my favorite club. Nia G, I love Blackpink, but some of their music sounds so similar. Yeah, yeah, it's awful. Alina Leia, how much they smoke in Korean clubs? They smoke constantly. Like, I think these days they're trying to make it so that people don't really smoke so often, but people don't even acknowledge the rules. Like, I've seen no smoking signs, and I've seen Koreans smoking in front of the no smoking signs. So it's not like strictly enforced in some clubs, but smoke is just synonymous with clubbing. Like, you're gonna smell cigarette smoke. It sucks and it's so annoying. Like, I remember we even used to try to go to the back by the air conditioner to like get the air blowing away from us, and people would be in front of the vent just blowing it into it. I'm just like, really? You got to do that, really? You got to. Yeah, I'm sorry. Amelia Valencia, do people smoke more than vaping in Korea? Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen any Koreans use a vape, but that's just me. I've never seen it. I see people smoke cigarettes hella, and I smell it, but I've never seen anyone vape. Mystery Moy, were you ever in a situation where you couldn't go into a club because of your race? Personally, no, but I've heard of stuff like that. Um, Sometimes they'll tell you that, oh, you're too old, or if you can only come in if you agree to buy a bottle because that generates money for them. I've never been in that situation, luckily. Yeah. I've heard and seen the stories, but never personally. Like I remember me and my friends were going to Go-Go's too, and we were walking up to the club, and these girls were like having a fit because they wouldn't let them in the club unless they bought a bottle. And we're like, wait, what? That's not a thing. If anything, a lot of the times when me and my friends go to Go-Go's too, they give us a bottle for free. So I'm not sure what this race thing is because me and my friends are black. So they gave us a bottle for free, but wouldn't let them in who are also black. I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's tragic. It really is. Yeah, asthma. Zakira Walker, my asthma would be skyrocketing and I have a respiratory virus. Not it. Yeah, and that's the thing that like makes me upset because people want to go clubbing, but you gotta remember people have like lung issues. Like, take it outside. I remember even when I first got to Korea, people smoked in restaurants, but that's becoming less and less common. So hopefully it's gonna start happening in clubs too. There are a handful of clubs that don't let you smoke inside. Like my go-to in Itaewon is Boom Bar. The only major club I know in Hongdae where they don't let you smoke cigarettes is, what is the name of that club? It's, oh crap, what is the name? Everyone goes to it. I'm having a huge brain fart. Mad Holic. Mad Holic is like one, sorry. Mad Holic is like one of the only clubs that you can go to in Hongdae where there's no smoking inside whatsoever. They make you go outside. Yeah. Caitlin Banks, NB2. Honestly, I was in NB2 for such a short time. I don't remember if people were smoking inside. I remember seeing people smoke outside, but I think people were smoking inside around like the little bar on the top floor. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know. Um Des Marie, do you know their views on weed? It's annoying and it's so crazy that they normalize smoking cigarettes so much, which have proven harmful effects on your health. Cigarettes are fine, but weed, they have it in their mind that if you smoke weed, you're automatically going to start doing harsher drugs. They automatically think you're susceptible to like brain control. I saw this video where a Korean guy went around a university in Korea and asked them their thoughts on weed. And the stuff that they were saying, I'm like, you think if we smoke weed, we're gonna start do what? That blows my mind. They have it in their mind that it's gonna lead to meth and harder cocaine, harder drugs. They don't see weed favorably at all in the slightest. That's why GD and Top got in so much trouble for it. It's ridiculous. It really is. Um, Katy Berry, favorite Korean restaurant or favorite restaurant in Korea. It's weird because my favorite restaurant actually wasn't a Korean restaurant. It was in Itaewon, and it was called, oh gosh, something town, like Trot Town, or they serve Caribbean food, and it was amazing. Like I've never had ribs that literally came off the bone. Like they gave you a fork and a knife. You literally don't even need that. It just comes right off the bone. Oh my gosh, those ribs! I dream about those ribs. They were so amazing. I forgot what it's called though. If you Trench Town, it's called Trench Town. I said Trot Town. Trench Town in Itaewon is probably my favorite restaurant. We went there like twice. It's like the perfect for when you're about to go out drinking and you want to make sure you got enough in you to absorb stuff so you don't get too gone. Yo, Trench Town in Itaewon. Whoo! Yeah, I miss those ribs. Oh my god. Wendy, darling, Caribbean food in South Korea. I know, right? I didn't even believe my friend Bria. She was like, "All right, so we got to go to this place called Trench Town," and we made plans to go many times, and it didn't work out. The first time we went was after the fireworks festival, so we went there. And we're just like, we need more of this, and then we went again. Like the first time we split a half rack of ribs. The second time we went, we each got our own. Like I saw this whole thing of ribs, and I ate it all. I was very proud of myself, but it was so good. Oh man. To me, see, do Koreans ever try to touch your hair? Yeah. Well, me, honestly, not so much because while I was in Korea, most of the time I wore clip-in extensions. These days I wear wigs. My friends though, like Bria, she's half Puerto Rican, half black, so she has curly hair. And she also likes to put braids and locks in. So when her hair's like that, I see them just stare and then like look like they want to touch. Some don't, but some do. And they'll ask where she got it done. My friend Erin, she's natural. People saw her curly hair and said, "Oh, Itaewon," thinking she got a curly perm in Itaewon. So yeah, people do that. It only happened to me once because I only wore Senegalese twists once. I twisted up my hair before I went to Hong Kong. I was in line at the ATM and this old man pulled one and just yeeted me real quick and then walked away. That was the one time my hair was touched, but I've seen it happen all the time and it's ridiculous. Yeah. Whew. Nia G, have you heard of any of BI's demos he dropped this year? He dropped 4 so far. No, wait, really? Is he like working? Does he have a new label or is he just doing this like independently? I wow, that's awesome. Can you tell me the names of these, or should I just Google BI mixtape after this or demo? Nilly Kadori, is her Puerto Rican side non-black? I think so. I'm not sure, honestly. I've only seen pictures of her dad. I'm like, what is your ethnic background, sir? But I know her hair is very like curly, and she's very light skinned, so she looks like a mix of a black person and a non-black person. So I'm not really sure, but yeah. Um, Minyungi Salma, out of China, Japan, and Korea, which is your favorite? He's trying to set me up. I can clearly say it wasn't China. I did not like China. I liked Hong Kong, which is technically China, but I still consider them two separate entities because Hong Kong doesn't want to be China. So to me, they're not. But between Japan and Korea, I definitely would have to spend more time in Japan to get like a more rounded opinion or feelings of it. But I really like Japan. It was hella clean, very orderly, very polite. Nobody stared at me. It was expensive though, so in that regard, I like Korea more. So I would have to spend more time in Japan to make a full comparison. To me, see Japanese street fashion or Korean street fashion. Korean street fashion. Um, I really like the Korean fashion scene. Like I like all the chains and like the way they cut their clothes is really interesting. It's really like edgy. In Japan, I didn't see too much of that. And what I did, we were in Harajuku, and it was more like dressing like a doll. So I didn't really get to see too much street fashion. Whereas in Seoul, walking around, you see it all the time. Tokyo, I didn't see it so much. But from what I've seen, I like Korean fashion way more. Their clothes are hella cute, man. It really is. 20, Sikwesi. I'm y'all. Look, I can't read. I'm really trying. I'm so sorry. Do you plan on going back to Korea? I do. I'm hoping to go back this fall if Corona allows it. I'm not sure where we're going to be with this pandemic, but I'm planning to go back to visit for a few months, but only for a few months because my booty will be in America voting for not Trump. So I will be back by early November whenever I do go. So yeah, I'm thinking like mid to late September and all of October, and then coming back early November if everything works out. Because we might not even be able to go. It's getting worse and worse and worse in America. So I don't even know. But I miss vlogging. It's funny because when I went for the 3 months last summer, I remember I filmed a lot. Like I filmed a lot of stuff in case I want to use it later. And as soon as quarantine started, I was just going through my memory card and I was like, I should post this. So that was when I posted just walking around Seoul by myself. And that made me miss it even more. So I definitely plan to go back though. Mama call me the stronger. Wait, I saw an interesting question. I don't know where it went. Oh, Katie Berry, what do Koreans do for Chuseok? That's a really good question. So for Chuseok, it's kind of like America's Thanksgiving, sort of, where you go home, you spend time with your family, except instead of how we have it for just like the Thursday and Friday off, it depends on how long it is in Korea. Like my first Chuseok lasted like 10 days because it coincided with Hangul Day and the weekend. And it was, I think the president, Moon Jae-in was just announced as the president, and he decided to give people another day off just because he didn't want them like working or off, have to work one day and then back to being off. So he made it a holiday too. But people go home, they eat with their families, they like do these ceremonies where they pay respect to like older people in their family. It's kind of like the Lunar New Year in that regard, but not as important. It's different. But yeah, for the most part, people go home. Like everybody lives in Seoul, but they still grew up in the rural side. So that time of year is interesting because Seoul is a lot less crowded than it would be. Chuseok's really nice though. But like it's like the one of the few holidays where people in Korea get extended time off of work and off of school because there are not enough holidays in Korea, and it's they need to make some more to give people a break sometimes. Amelia Valencia, what do you think about non-Asians in the K-pop industry? I don't have a problem with it, but I mean, that's coming from a non-Asian, so I can't really say. But to me, I imagine it wouldn't be too different from non-Black people making rap music. Like, I don't have a problem with that either. It's not like, to me, you don't have to be Black to make rap music, and I don't think you have to be Korean to make K-pop music. I don't know. I think it also depends on how they're doing it and why they're doing it, because there are some cringy attempts where the whole song's in English, and then you might say "사랑해" and then call it K-pop. Like, that's not how it works. If you are a non-Korean and you're speaking Korean and actively trying to make this music in Korean, then I fully support that. But just like I wouldn't want to see someone who's non-Black half-assing it at hip-hop music. So to me, I mean, I'm not Korean, so I can't really say, but I don't have a problem with it. That's just me. Yo, I see these moderators. Y'all are going hard. I keep saying, hit the like button, subscribe. Y'all are awesome. All right, so I'm curious how much longer y'all want to talk today, because it's 2 hours and 15 minutes in. The only thing I have to do after this is film the clubbing in Korea versus clubbing in Japan, and then edit the skin video for tomorrow, but I got all night, so maybe we can do this for the 3 hours that we've done before, if you like. I also saw someone ask where my parents are from. My mom is from Baltimore, and my dad is from Philadelphia. So in a weird way, it's like I'm Jada's kids, but not really, because Will Smith's from Philly, Jada's from Baltimore. But yeah, my parents are from Baltimore and Philadelphia. So, who disliked? People dislike. It's all good. It was probably Ethan. Oh God, maybe. Oh, excuse me. I keep burping. I'm so sorry. Elijah Dean, what's the status on flight attending? Are you exploring other career opportunities? Okay, so the thing is, the last thing I heard was on March 5th, and they told us we'd be waiting until the end of this year, or more likely early 2021. And it's funny because at the time I was like, it's not going to be that bad. Look where we are now. Over 4 million cases in America. So all of that is totally on hold, because they even had to lay off flight attendants who are actively working right now. And a lot of them have been furloughed. So as of now, I'm just waiting to start training, if that's still an option. And it was a sad realization that on July 11th, it marked the 1-year anniversary of when I was first hired, when United first said, welcome to the team, but now you got to go training. So when I realized, I'm like, yo, it's been a year. It's crazy. But I haven't really been exploring too many other career opportunities, just because so many people have lost their jobs. Jobs are scarce because so much stuff is shut down, and everybody's staying home. And honestly, this is another thing I really want to say. I am beyond grateful to you guys, because of you even just watching these videos, I can stay safely in my home and not have to put myself in a situation working around people who refuse to wear masks because they can't breathe. I'm already a hypochondriac. I assume the worst about my health. I fear everything. I've been treating every person since this pandemic like they have COVID-19. So I would have a nervous breakdown if I had to actually be around these people for 8 hours a day, not wearing masks. So I'm really grateful that you guys watch these videos and stuff, because I get a livable amount from the ads and stuff. So I can sit tight and wait this out. And I'm really grateful for that. Oh, Karina's leaving. Aw. Yeah, I feel like am I doing this too long? I gotta go, but aw. Thanks, Karina. So, yeah, let me know if I'm talking too much. I'll end this whenever y'all want me to end it. Brimo Francis, have you ever met a North Korean defector? Yes. I spent a lot of time watching a lot of documentaries about North and South Korea, and I desperately wanted to meet someone from the North to see what it was really like. And I made a YouTube video with him. He's a Korean YouTuber, North Korean YouTuber. He's been living in South Korea for over a decade now. He speaks really good English, and we made a video together. So the thing that shocked me the most is when he told us in North Korea, there is no word for love. So people who was like helping me make the video, they asked him, so how would you say you love someone? He said, Joahanida, like just say I like you. I'm like, you just say, like, if you want to propose to somebody, I like you, marry me. He said, yeah, there's no word for love in North Korea. I was like, what? No way. No way. There's no sarangye, sarangada. There's none of that in North Korea. That blew my mind. And it was one of the more the one more somber, like my videos, I try to be more like upbeat and the edits and funny, but that was a hard interview because he talked so casually about horrible traumatic stuff, like the, growing up starving and the risk that he took to come to South Korea. And it's kind of hard to sit there and listen to that because he was laughing about it and joking about it. So I'm like, I don't think I should laugh though. Like, I don't want to make him uncomfortable by not laughing at his jokes, but then I'm uncomfortable for laughing at the jokes because. So yeah, I got to interview a North Korean YouTuber. He's the only defector I've met though, but I was determined to meet one after seeing all the documentaries and stuff about them. And I'm French. Elijah Dean, have you ever gone to the DMT? The DMZ in South Korea / North Korea. I think, yeah, DMZ. No, and I really, really wanted to go, but a lot of the tours would get booked up and they would be out or sold out. And then it was also at a time when the border was closed for like travel because the North Korean dictator and Moon Jae-in were meeting for the first time and they shook hands. So they didn't want anybody on the border for like leading up to that or after. It ended up closing down for a while. So no, I didn't. Sorry. I need to turn my fan back to me. I'm getting hot. And I think my phone's too loud too. The Weeknd's still playing. Oh, okay. We are moderators. KK, where'd you get your wig from? I gotta remember. Hold on. I made a video about this. I still gotta edit it. But where did I get this one from? I See Hair. Was that AliExpress? I see as ISEE. I see hair. But I colored it because I was trying to make it a little more reddish, and it's red in some light, but yeah. Nia G, would you ever visit 100 countries? I want to visit more than 100 countries. Are you kidding me? I want to visit all of them. All the ones that are safe enough for us to actually travel to, I want to go there. Yeah. Jeline May, what's your real name? Is it your YouTube name? My real name is Isis, but I've gotten my fair share of terrorist jokes over the years, so I just took Isis and made it backwards to make it Cece. Yeah, that's my real name. Yep, set 6. Buram Anyongha? What does Buram mean? See, I don't know Korean all that. I don't know what Buram means. You look icy anyways. Thank you, Elijah. Yo, if I feel a lot better having moderators though. Cause I honestly I didn't expect people to pop up in these chats being dumb. But thank you for volunteering to help keep it more lax, you know? Amelia Valencia, how are the movie theaters in Korea? I've only gone to them to see like an English movie. I've never gone to see like a Korean movie. So with English movies is nice because there's subtitles, and it's kind of nice to see that Korean people got to read Korean subtitles for once and listen to English audio. I mean, they're pretty much almost literally the exact same as American theaters. Like you can reserve online, you can book your tickets online. I've gone to a few IMAX movies. I remember I went to see Kingsman 2, and I was really confused because for some of the movie would have like part of the screen on the side and on the front screen, and some of it not. It was weird, like being in a theater, the screen is lit up like normal, but then on some scenes, the sides of the wall would be lit up. And I'm just like, why does that happen only sometimes? So yeah, they're pretty similar with the exception of that. And the fact that the snacks are a lot more affordable in Korea than they are here. Gotta be sacrificed for the greater good, then that's where they gotta be. To me, a C, favorite ice cream flavor. I like cookie dough. I love ice creams that have like chunks of cookie dough in it. That is my weakness because I love cookie dough, but also like cheesecake flavored ice cream. Pretty much, I like vanilla with stuff in it. Also like party cake ice cream a lot. I like with like chunks of stuff in it. It's awesome. Nia G, I'm seeing a bunch of comments get deleted though. Wait, really? I hope not too many are getting deleted. Just the trolly ones or the people who are. Do you bleach your skin? those types of comments. Oh, hi from the Netherlands, yo! It is my dream to go to. Oh my god, I want to go to Amsterdam so bad. Just the fact that like, and I get so jealous when I see like people posting pictures there. I'm like, I want to go. I like how it's always like cloudy and moody, and I like the contrast of the buildings with the sky and the water. Dude, I have to go there one day. Oh, in London, Habiba Kamara. Oh, London, I was supposed to go for my birthday this year. I was supposed to turn 27 in London, and then Corona said pause. I'm so hurt. I got obsessed with the show. I started binging on YouTube called Can't Pay Will Take It Away. And just hearing their accents and seeing the scenery and how it was always cloudy, my favorite, man, there's so many places I want to go. I'm like jealous that everybody's like all over. I want to be all over too. UK says hi. I say hi back. At least y'all like, I'm so sad. I keep thinking about everything that was supposed to happen this year and just not. Nia G, I'm trying to go anywhere but my room. I hate it here. Dude, I feel the same way. It's awful. And like people keep asking to hang out. I'm like, pandemic. And they're like, oh yeah, but you know, it's fine. I'm like, it's not though. Like we're close to the hub of like California now has the most cases in the country. So people in LA, which is a hotspot, are like, yo, let's go hang out. I'm like, let's not. And I just found out that there's a website or an app or website called Instacart. So I don't even gotta go to the grocery store anymore. I'm hella late, but I never heard of this app before. So there's no real reason for me to leave except sometimes so I don't fully lose my mind. Tina Miller, have you watched Peaky Blinders? I started to. When the lockdown started, my friend Erin was like, we got to go on Netflix and watch this show. So I started to watch like 1 or 2 episodes, but then me and her just started talking about stuff and catching up. And it got to a point where it started watching us. So I haven't fully gotten through the show yet, but I saw a few episodes. I was like, Peaky Blinders. She said, yeah, it's a British thing or whatever. Peaky Blinders. Wendy Darling, I used to work for Instacart. You know what's funny? People told me just make sure you're awake so when they call for like substitutes or whatever that you can tell them what you want. It's crazy because I got everything on my list except bug spray and my chia seeds. And for some reason I had cottage cheese. That wasn't on my list and it wasn't close to bug spray or chia seeds. So I don't understand how Instacart fully works because I'm like, why do I have cottage cheese? I didn't ask for anything close to cottage cheese. But yeah. Wendy Darling, the way I was supposed to see BTS this year, I can only imagine. I feel bad for them in their timing though, especially BTS just made their comeback and they're like, yo, we about to go on tour. Corona said pause. Like, they didn't really get to promote this album. And I feel like that about The Weeknd too. I don't even do concerts, but I would go see The Weeknd. His album is probably my favorite of the year. After Hours is everything. Oh my God. Oh yeah, Eva D. Did you learn about the party where many TikTok stars and YouTubers in LA? That pissed me off so much. The rest of us are being responsible and staying in our bubble of a room and only going out with a mask. Like at least wear a mask. These people weren't even wearing masks. And then their defense was, well, people were checked when they came in. I'm like, what, check for their temperature? People are asymptomatic. Like they're transferring it and not knowing that they have it. So that pissed me off. That I think it was like James Charles, Nikita Dragon or something. Like pretty much everybody was there. And then they're like, it was just a birthday party. We're being responsible. No. Like 60, 70 people in a room with no mask and they're being responsible. Now let's see how many of them get corona. Let's see. LA is already a hub. Like if it wasn't for LA, California would have like no cases. They would not have very many cases at all. Like I think the county with the second most is either Orange County or San Diego or Riverside. And those aren't even like a close second. You know what I mean? Nighty Walk. Why is America's COVID cases increasing a lot? Because people are dumb. People have it in their mind that it's just like the flu or it's just a cold. They'll get it and they'll recover. They won't feel it. It's no big deal. So a lot of people get it and pass it and don't know that they have it. And this is all coming from after like 4th of July spikes of people going out and gathering because they think it's just being young and immune, thinking I'm invincible. Nothing's going to happen to me. I'm not going to catch it. I'll be fine. And if I do get it, I'll recover in a week or two. They don't realize that people get it and recover and they have like lifelong complications, or a lot of people are dying from it. I don't know. And people refuse to wear masks because it infringes on our rights to not wear a mask. I will never understand how that became an argument. It's so ridiculous. It's like people getting mad that we have to wear seatbelts in the car. Is wearing a seatbelt, does that infringe on our rights as Americans? It's for your safety and other people's you know? I'm sorry. It's so unbelievably frustrating. Science after science, all these reports show that if we wear a mask, we could have this under control in like 2 weeks. Well, okay, not 2 weeks, 4 to 8 weeks. And people still refuse to wear it. They're like, I'm fine. I won't get it. We're whatever. People refusing to wear them in stores. I feel bad for these doctors who have to keep dealing with dumb people. It must be hard to try and save the life of a dumb person. Like, what happened? I was at a Corona party. I mean, like, I'm just disregard. I couldn't be a doctor because I'm sorry. Yeah, but that's why it's getting so bad in America. We don't have a national mandate to wear masks. Some states make it required, some states don't. And all it takes is somebody from the no mask state to go to a mask state and it starts to spread. Nia G, yeah. Kylie Jenner had a whole party too. And I remember that ended in Meg getting shot in the foot. So these influencers are acting like it's nothing. And what sucks is these people have influence. Like people are watching them. They're like, well, if Kylie's partying, then I guess it's okay. It's not okay. It's really frustrating. Like I see people in South Korea, in Hong Kong, in all of the European Union. Everybody has this under control. Notice, fun fact, the two countries where this is the most out of control is America and Brazil. And they're both being led by leaders who don't believe in wearing masks. That is not a coincidence. Even Brazil's president got it. So it's so ridiculous. It's so frustrating. I'm so sorry. Whew. I'm getting mad. It's just, there's so much to be frustrated about this year. Elijah Dean, what are your thoughts on Kimye right now? I think it's to the point where it's not even fun to tease Kanye. Like he needs a doctor. He needs a therapist. He needs something. Somebody needs to take his phone, block him from Twitter. Like don't let him get access to Twitter. And he needs to talk to someone and see someone. Because I saw like snippets from his rally and how he was crying about how he almost had his daughter aborted, how he was almost an abortion, and saying how every woman who gives birth gets $1 million. That is just going to make people go out and start having babies. And we can't afford that. Like, he needs help. And honestly, I'm not even the biggest Kardashian fan. I never really watched the show, but I respect the way she's been trying to handle him. Like, I heard she's not letting the show film her kids or Kanye right now. She mentioned that she was trying to get him help. You know what I mean? So it's just the fact that it coincides with an album that's supposed to be coming out. I was like, okay, Kanye just wants the press. He just wants publicity. He wants to sell an album. But he's like legit having a breakdown right now. So he just needs a doctor. That's my opinion. He needs a doctor. Aaliyah Burgess, $1 million. Yes, he said that in his rally. He said that instead of women going out to get abortions, they should be paid $1 million for having a baby. Every woman would go and get pregnant right now. Like that's he literally said that. So yeah. Oh boy. That's my thoughts on Kim Ye right now. Nighty Walk. Oh my God, I remember Trump tried saying people drink disinfectant and people actually believed him. And later, yeah. He said that, I don't know, I think maybe you should try ingesting bleach and disinfectant. And some people did that and some people ended up in the hospital. And he said, I was joking. You don't joke about that when you're the president. And the vast majority of his followers are, it's a sad statistic, but it's a true statistic that most of his followers are uneducated whites. That's literally how they label it in all the polls. It's like whites with degrees, whites without degrees. It's literally how they have to break it down. And the vast majority of people who support him are what is considered to be uneducated. So when you say go drink bleach, they're like, okay. Oh my God, this is, oh. Yeah, Kanye's bipolar. And then he doesn't like to take his medication because he thinks it's doing more harm than good. So he doesn't take it as often as he's supposed to. And he definitely just needs help. Like he needs a doctor. And the fact that they're trying to rush and open schools right now too, it's just going to get worse until there's a vaccine. And even when the vaccine is out, imagine how much it's going to cost and how many they're going to have to make and how slow distribution is going to be. It's sad because I was hopeful. Like I was like, you know what? They canceled the month of April. They canceled my birthday month, but it was worth it because the cases were dropping. And then they said Memorial Day and skyrocketed. It went right back up. And I was just, and then I knew he would try to blame it on the protests, which pissed me off. But there's study after study that shows that, yes, the protesting led to some cases and some spikes. It is the places that are spiking the most now are the places where they rush to open the government, where they rush to open bars and clubs and hair salons and stuff. And when you see the videos of the protesters, they were wearing masks. So that's the reason it hasn't really spiked in New York where protests were popular. Like the places like Florida and Texas, Arizona, it's popular where they rush to open the government. And they like to look over that fact, which is interesting. I'm sorry. Let's get back to K-pop. Oh gosh. Does anyone have any more Korea questions? Yeah, okay, one more question, because this is a good one. Nighty Walk, regarding the police brutality in the US, where'd it go? Oh, what do you think should be changed to solve it? I think that there needs to be more requirements to be a cop. You don't need any sort of real formal education to be a police officer. And the training is a joke. And the fact that cops are meant to respond to every emergency. If there's a dispute, if someone's having a mental breakdown, if someone is homeless or violent, the cops are called for too much. Like you can't call the cops when someone breaks in your house and call them when your son is having a nervous breakdown because of some mental illness. The cops are called for too much. And then there's too much money going to the cops and not enough going to other services that could help prevent the need for cops. So that's what I think needs to change. There needs to be retraining. There needs to be a more vetted process to become a police officer, because a lot of them are white supremacists. It's been known. They throw up their little symbols. And I forgot what state this was in, but it came out, it was accidentally released. These cops are having a conversation about how they can't wait to arrest the blacks and they can't wait for the race war to start. Those type of people don't need to be cops. You know what I mean? So America's broken. It really is. It's just funny that this is all coming out now, because so many people had it in their minds that America's this great, perfect, free, democratic society. And a lot of us has known for a long time that it's not that way. So it's interesting to see this on such a global scale. finally being called out, and people are like, wait, that's America? That's really America? Y'all remember Childish? This is America. Don't catch you slipping, though. There was a reason he made that song. Okay. Yeah, Wendy Darling, America been a mess, exactly. Oh boy. Ka Haynes, is skincare in Korea affordable and does it work? Honestly, yeah, because there's so many different types of skincare products that they have to have competitive prices, or people aren't going to buy this $100 cream if two other companies has it for like $20, you know? There's makeup and cream stuff on every corner. Literally, there's skincare on every corner. So it's very competitive, it's very affordable, and I love it. That's why I can't wait to show y'all this video. I've 2 toners, 2 cleansers, a serum, ampoule, moisturizer, exfoliator. I've been doing a lot for 3 weeks. So I can't wait for y'all to see this video. Hopefully it's helpful and I don't look stupid. Yeah. Oh, okay. Winter Bear wants to be a moderator. All right, hold on. Wait, how many do we have now? Like, I don't want too much to be filtered. Like, I don't want to deal with like only positive comments, because I'm trying to be real with some negative stuff too. But people who are just spamming like sex, 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 dumb stuff like that, yeah, we need them out. But I just want to make sure not too much gets filtered out with so many moderators, because I think I got like 10 now or 8 or something. All right. Nighty Walk, can you explain this whole ninth room or nth room? Honestly, I didn't even know about it. Okay, I don't really know that much about it either, but there was this foreign actor that we're friends on Instagram, and he told me about it after he saw the One Nation video. And apparently, I really don't want to, I don't fully understand it either, but what I understand, it's like a child pedophilia ring of sorts, and people were from China too and from the US participating in Korea, and it was outed. Like, people were talking about it, but there were no real official charges filed. Honestly, he might not have even been the best source of it, but that's the first time I heard about it. But I definitely want to talk about that more, because nobody was. So yeah, I don't know that much either, but I have heard about it. But I've heard different versions, so I'm still not entirely sure what it is either. But I know it's about like pedophilia, unfortunately, and sexual exploitation. Whew. All right, so I think we're gonna do 3 hours today, because it is 4:15, and I do gotta start filming the other videos and editing. We have set 6 thoughts on J-pop. There's only a few songs I actually like. I will say, whenever I watch anime, I'm always hyped out by the intros, even though it's more like Japanese rock music. But some of it is like cutesy pop, and I do kind of like some of those. But I don't really know too much about J-pop. I haven't been too much of a fan. Like, I was watching this anime earlier today called Monthly Girls Nezuko Kina something, and the intro song just annoys me. It's like the bubbly type that I'm not really a fan of. So I don't really listen to too much J-pop. What camera do you use? Wait, who said that? Janelle Jones. I use the Canon G7X Mark II. I've had it for, wow, almost exactly 2 years now. That's what's up, yeah. Oh, wow, y'all know Nozaki-kun? Yeah, Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun. I don't like the intro of that song, though. I found it quite annoying. But yeah, that's the camera I use. The only like Japanese art, what's my phone number? The only Japanese artist that I actively like, and I can't remember his name. I think it's Gackt. It's Gackt. And I first heard it on the Final Fantasy Dirge of Cerberus soundtrack. He has a song called Redemption that I liked. Then I heard the song called Oasis that I liked. And then the song called Returner that I liked. And he's like one of the only Japanese artists I actively listen to. Zuri, the official tea sipper. Your thoughts on Black mental health situation? Honestly, I feel like Black mental health isn't really any different than any other mental health. I think with Black people, though, family, for example, tends to tell you to just like let it go, or you'll be fine, get some rest, sleep it off, or you'll be okay, sort of. But I feel like mental health, period, is just a problem that people don't talk about. Everyone acts like, oh, then you just disregard them as a crazy. You don't listen to what they have to say. You don't try to treat them. So mental health, I saw it more so in Korea too. Like even students who clearly had like mental disabilities were not treated any different. There was no helper to help them learn stuff. Outbursts were just supposed to be ignored. So in Korea, it was worse, I think, than it is here, because at least there are situations where there's like helpers for kids like that. But in Korea, I didn't see any of that. So like the first time it happened, I was looking at my mentor teacher. She said, "It's okay, just keep going." I'm like, "This is not okay." Oh God, mental health, it needs to be addressed and treated more and taken seriously. Period. But it's just like, as far as with the Black community, I feel like people don't see it as a big deal. Like even with Kanye through whatever he's going through, I know he's bipolar, but people are like, "This nigga tripping, it's crazy. Oh my God, why he acting like that?" People are laughing at him instead of showing concern, which they should. But I can't really say that's any different in like the white community. I'm not white, I don't know, but yeah, I think we'd all be better if we just tried to help people instead of laughing at them all the time. Everybody wants to laugh. Laura Coffee, do you know the MBTI personality test? Is that like the 16 personalities? If it's the 16 personalities, then I know mine is an advocate. I took it like 5 times because I wanted to make sure I could get it the same times. 4 out of 5 times I was an advocate, and 1 time I was a mediator. So that's INFJ, and then it's INFP. Those are the 2 that I guess I fluctuate between. I'm very much an introvert, so the I is right. I don't know if I think I do. I guess I do judge a bit. But it is funny because they said INFJ is like the least popular, but I feel like everybody's an INFJ. Brimo Francis, do you like the anime Naruto? I never got into Naruto. I watched a few episodes, but I guess since I didn't start from the beginning, I didn't catch on. I didn't really get into that. I didn't really get into Bleach or Inuyasha or Naruto. I know. I watched more of like not so mainstreamy ones, I think. So yeah, my bad. All right, we've got 13 minutes left. Everybody likes Bleach. Not all of us being introverts. See, it's funny. Like, I know I'm an introvert because when I'm around other people, I go quiet. Being in my room by myself, I can talk to y'all because I don't have to worry about like immediate feedback or like people looking at me like, "What the fuck you just say?" But in real life, I'm not the first person to speak up. I'm not the first person to introduce myself to someone. If I'm with like 1 or 2 other people, I can initiate a conversation. But when I'm in a group of people, I'm like, "Please talk to me," because I don't know what to say. Oh man. Um. Yes, apparently everybody's INFJ. Nozaki-ku? Yeah, it's a pretty dumb anime. Honestly, I just watched it because Netflix recommended it, but it's like this guy, he's a high school student, but he also writes manga. And there's a girl who really likes him. And he kind of flirts with her too, but it's very misleading. Like he only does it to get content for his mangas, like to see how people would actually react. Because he writes them for girls. It's like for a female audience. So it's funny. It's a funny school type of anime. But it's only like 12 episodes, I think, so far on Netflix. But I left off on episode 11. Oh, Haikyuu. Yeah, I never got into Haikyuu either. I don't really like sports animes, but literally everybody I know keeps telling me to watch Haikyuu. um, Neezy J, CC, recommend me a good anime to watch. That's hard depending on like the types people like. Some of my favorites though are Steins Gate, Angel Beats, Code Geass, Danganronpa, My Hero Academia. Yeah, I think those are like some of my absolute favorites, but there's so many that I like. It's hard to pick some, and I don't know the types people like, and I only watch dubs, so I haven't seen as many. I think my favorite from last year, though, by far, is one called Promise Neverland. It's really sad and it's dark, but it's so good. It's about these poor kids in an orphanage, but it's really good. Aaliyah Burgess, Angel Beats is so funny. It's funny, and then it made me cry so much. I was like, why am I feeling this so much? Yo, it made me so sad towards the end. Code Geass. Yeah, I'm confused because I heard there's going to be a third season of Code Geass, which, not to spoil anything, but the way season 2 ended, I'm not sure how that's possible. But I guess we'll see. Oh, Mystery Moi. I just got into Running Man. It's really nice. Running Man, the Korean variety show, because I love Running Man. It's Kwang Soo is the funniest Korean on the planet. I love him. Look at that! Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I had a moment. Kez underscore Ace. You should watch Shiki and Darker Than Black. I've seen both. Honestly, if you can think of any dubbed psychological or horror anime, I almost guarantee I've seen it. I regularly Google new or recent psychological animes that are dubbed, and I watch it. I guarantee I've seen them all. That's my favorite genre. I like mystery and like trying to figure out what's gonna happen. I like the scary, moody stuff. That's my thing. It's a whole vibe. Yeah, Death Note. I've seen Death Note. Have you watched Future Diaries? I have. Which I like the whole concept of the phone thing. I didn't like how it ended though. I was like, wait, y'all could have did so much more with that. The phone was like sending messages about the future. I love that that anime. um, Eva D, did you watch Vampire Diaries? No, but I know what that show is because people keep telling me I look like Kat Graham, and I wonder if that's what you're gonna say next. Ever since I was in college, people are like, "Do you watch Vampire Diaries? Do you know who what's her name? Bonnie Bennett is?" And I was like, "No." And they're like, "Well, you look just like her." So I googled what's her name, her real name, Kat Graham, and I was like, "Holy crap! I am like literally a copy of her face. It's crazy." Jamia Snowden, have you watched Sword Art Online? I saw season 1, but I didn't like it enough to watch season 2. But yeah, I've seen season 1. I've started to get into those. I forgot what it's called. It's like izaka or something. The genre where like characters are whisked away to a different fantastical type of world. I started to get into those, whether it's like a video game type of world or like just a different world. Period. Have you seen My Bride's a Mermaid? Yep. That was a bit more like on the funny side. It was cute, but I do like the darker ones more. I'm weird. Destiny Whiteman, love Digimon, especially the movie. What? I could not get into Digimon. I was like, I didn't even like Pokemon like that, but I was like, this is the fakest Pokemon. Yeah, I didn't get into Digimon too much though. Spirited Away. I love Studio Ghibli and Hayao Miyazaki. I love him. Have you watched Corpse Party? I did, and that was actually one of the ones I watched that was subbed because I couldn't find the dubs. I was like, you know what? This keeps popping up for a reason, so I'm gonna go ahead and watch it. And I do think it took away from my viewing experience because I had to read subtitles. But yeah, I saw Corpse. That one was dark. That was very gory, but I still loved it. I would definitely like some new animes though, but I just do dubs, so it's hard for people to recommend them to me because the ones they like, they're like, "Oh, sorry, it's sub only, and you only like dubs." um, Elijah D, what series are you currently into on Netflix? I just watched this anime called Japan Sinks 2020, which I thought was hilarious because it's based on a novel written in 1973 about the country getting a really bad earthquake and it sinks. And it was supposed to be set in 2020, back in 1973. And the way this year is going, I'm like, they knew 2020 was going to be garbage. They knew this back in the 70s. It was good. It was sad. It was different. It was more funny than I thought it should be. Because I'm like, bro, the country's sinking. Why are y'all laughing right now? Yeah, but that's the one I watched. And then this morning I started watching the Monthly Girls, because I forgot his name. Because Nazino Kun, whatever his name is. I started watching that, but that's it. I really watched Dubs too. Oh, see, thank you. I only really watched Dubs too. The Hamster Army. Yeah, I don't know. I just like Dubs. Like I want to be able to look at the art, and that's the thing with anime. Like it's a lot to look at. Like the Sakura in the background. I like to look at stuff. I don't want to have to read the bottom. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. Matika Gaska, thoughts on Doja Cat? Her music, she kind of fell off, sadly. See, that's the thing. I was never really a Doja Cat fan. I heard her song Say So, and I love it. I don't think it's fully fair what happened to her with the whole she's a racist thing because of the chats. From what I understand, she happened to be in a chat room where racists happened to be in too, but there's no record of her being racist herself, right? So, like I said, I'm the only Doja Cat song I know is Say So. And I like it. I still like it, but I don't really have too many thoughts on her music because I don't know it. I know that song, the cow, the moo thing, which I thought was a joke. And I was like, oh, she's a real rapper. Oh, okay. Destiny Whiteman, Ghost in the Shell is my ish. Yeah, that was a good one too. It was kind of yeah. See, I don't like when animes get made into live action movies and then get whitewashed too. It's tragic. That should never happen again. Yeah. Nathaniel Colin, but she be saying the N-word. Well, see, the thing is, in America, if you're half black, you're considered black. So her saying the N-word doesn't bother me because she's black by American standards. In America, there's the one drop rule where even if you have like a black grandfather and the rest of your family's white, you're considered black. It's weird, but that's how it's been since the dawn of slavery. So her having a white dad and a black mom, whatever, she's considered a black person here. So her saying the N-word doesn't really bother me. If anything, I'm kind of amazed that people don't really mind Cardi B saying it because she's Hispanic, right? But it's okay for her to say it. So people pick and choose when to be offended. I don't know. To me, I just feel like if you're not black, don't say it. If you respect black people, then just don't say it. It's like when you make fun of your little brother or something. You can do it, but you don't want anybody else to do it. So it's just like a word that we want to use that we don't want nobody else to use. That's my opinion. That's just how I feel about it. But like when I first heard Cardi say it, I was like, wait, is she black? And she's not. But she says it, no one's even questioned that. So I don't know. Selfie Chan, what if you're Indian? If you're half Indian and half black, then sure. But if you're Indian, then you're not black, you're Indian. So, and same with Zendaya. She's half black, half white, right? Oh, excuse me. K-pop comedy? Wait, what? Oh, we're almost done. All right, I'm gonna try to answer like 2 more questions. Nighty Walk. Thinking of traveling to Japan myself, any advice? Well, I would highly recommend you to learn how to read, not kanji, because that's impossible, but hiragana and katakana, because in my experience, Japan is not as English friendly as it was in Korea. And there weren't really too many apps to help you navigate. We had to use Google Maps to get around. So you'll probably be as lost as I was if you don't know how to read the signs. I was lucky to be with a friend who spoke a little bit of Japanese and she understood it. So I followed her around. Like I was just a dog following her. If you don't know how to read Japanese, it might be pretty hard because, yeah, I'm sorry. You gotta learn how to read it, definitely. Wait, what's happening? We're talking about Zendaya now. People think Zendaya isn't black. Yeah, I never heard about that either. I think, honestly, I think the reason mixed people tend to identify as black is because that's the way the world is going to see them. If you have darker skin and curly hair, people see you as a black person. So, like, for example, imagine if Obama said he was white. That's a lot harder to sell than him saying, I'm a black man, even though he has a white mother. You know what I mean? And people advertise Obama as the first black president, not the first biracial president. So in America, biracial people have always been treated as black. So I think that's why people like Halle Berry, Alicia Keys, Zendaya, Obama, they just say that they're black because that's how the world treats them. You can't have that dark skin and kinky hair and be like, oh, I'm white. They'd be like, what? Well, my mom's white. And it's like, no, you're black though. So I just think that's how that broke down. But I don't know. Blackpink 2018, I thought Cardi is black. Not that I know of. Isn't she like Dominican or something? Or I don't know. All right, one more question and we gotta go. Alrighty. One more question, and I have to film another video and then edit for tomorrow. Let me try to find a good question. What is that? No, I don't know what that is. Okay, one more question. I'm trying to make it more like Korea based because that's usually what we talk about. But I do like to talk about anything with y'all because this is how the conversation tends to flow. But yeah. Okay, that might be a good question. If I ask y'all, well, okay, maybe I'll start doing that in the next stream and starting forward where I ask y'all questions too. But if the end of the stream, if I say, all right, let me ask y'all something, people are going to be typing and I'll be like, all right, bye. You know what I mean? That's a good one. Do I think Trump and Boris Johnson are lovers? No. I think Boris actually hates Trump like the rest of us. I think he just entertains and appeases him, but it's funny. Amelia Valencia. Okay, what stores do you recommend in Korea? Honestly, it's crazy. There are so many random little shops in Korea. Like the underground stations in Gangnam and Myeongdong are everything. Like there's you can always bargain and haggle with them too. But as far as like stores in Korea that I like, even though it's not Korean, I don't think Spao. I really like Spao. That was the only not H&M and not Forever 21 store that I went shopping to that I could find jeans in like a variety of sizes. Like, and it actually accommodated size. You know what I mean? So Spao is one of my favorites. That's also where I got my long padding coat. I like Spao a lot. I think it's, wait, is Spao Korean? I might be thinking it's something else. I think Spao is Korean. You know what? I'm getting it mixed up with that Japanese store. I forgot what it's called. There's a popular Japanese store that's popular in Korea too. And I remember people started to boycott it because the relations between Japan and Korea started to deteriorate. But Spao I really like. I can't remember the name of this other store that I'm thinking of, and I'm wondering if anyone knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, I like Spao. If I had to recommend a store in Korea, I'd say Spao. But I feel my voice waning a little bit, and I'm like talking louder and louder to try and keep the sound coming. So I think I'm gonna cut it here at 3 hours and 3 minutes. So I will be back next week, and I will try to start on time at 1 p.m. instead of 1:30 like I did today. I'm sorry. So thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for the moderators. We got some new people to help keep the Ethans out. So hopefully there won't be hate or dumbness in the chats anymore. So thanks, y'all. Thanks for watching if you did. Remember to like, remember to comment, to share, and to subscribe. And I will see y'all probably tomorrow because my next video is going to be up tomorrow. But next Friday for the next live stream. Bye. Annyeong.